is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Athletics are brought to you by Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Zander Auto Parts, Bank West, All Around Graphics, Weatherall Roofing, Faith Lutheran Church, and Billion Financial.
Jost trying to get one forward for Davis. Davis in the shot, and that one goes through. How about that for offense? Avery Davis scores, and it's 1-0 for Pierre.
And also brought to you by the Clubhouse Inn and Suites, Birding Electric, Slumberland Furniture, Kruger Contracting, B&B Equipment, Bridget M Photography, Edward Jones Financial, Dakota Sprinkler, and Sioux Nation.
Empty backfield again. Keenels right up the middle on the design run. All the way through. Keenels 25, 20, 50, 10, 5. Touchdown, 50-yard run for Keenels. 2 minutes to go, and the Governor strikes first here this evening.
Your Governor Athletics is also brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, Gales Gas, Service Master, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Purist Foods, Kathy Sunshine Property, All Pro Towing, and Pure Dental Clinic.
Cross comes in, a shot to goal scored right over to Ryland Derry. What a pass from Cole Peterson, and Ryland Derry is there just to get the foot on it and redirect it into the goal, and the Govs lead it.
Governor's Athletics is also brought to you by Olson Plumbing, Lamb Motor, Midwest Cooperative, May Adam Law Firm, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Association of Weed and Pest, and Fisher Round.
For the Governors, for the 4th straight year, are the Class 11 AA state champions. They beat the Brookings Bobcats 38-6 here in the Dakota Dome.
Here, Governor Athletics is also brought to you by Shane's Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, Wagner Auto, First United Methodist Church, East Pier Landscape and Garden Center, Country Carpet and Flooring, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And now, with the call of today's game, here's award-winning KCCR Sports Director, John Winkler.
It is homecoming night, and we welcome you here to Hollister Field, Phil Troutner Stadium, as the Pierre Governors take on the Huron Tigers for 2021 homecoming. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean as we welcome you into the broadcast, as the Pierre Governors are looking for a 5-game winning streak. They're at 4-1 right now in the season, sitting at number 3 in the AA standings. And for the Pierre Governors, Greg, here tonight, a Huron team that has played better as of late. And with those last 2 games, a tough loss to Watertown, but a big win against Aberdeen Central. This will be a big contest for the Governors, and also set themselves up going down the final stretch of the season.
And I think the thing that if you look at this Huron team and how they played, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, you can almost divide the first 5 weeks of the football season for Huron into 2 seasons. The first 3 games, they go down to Yankton in game number 1. They lose 41-2. Then play Spearfish, play a lot better, win that game 34-9, and then come back and get shut out by number 1 T Area 36-0 the next week. And then the last 2 weeks, took Watertown literally right down to the final gun, and that was a game that literally was decided by a field goal as time expired. Watertown comes from behind to win 24-22, and then last week Huron just put a number on Aberdeen, controlled the ball through a good share of the first half. They were up 21-0 at halftime, ended up winning 21-14.
And we're going to talk with the coaches about that here in just a little bit. But this Huron team wants to control the football. They want to have long, methodical drives and pick up good chunks of yards, but not a whole lot of yards at a time. Just they would like to be at 3rd and 1 a lot, not just 2nd down and 2. They like to be at 3rd and 1 because they know they can pick up that 1 yard and extend the drive even more. This Pierre Gunner defense is going to have a good test against them tonight to try and limit the time of possession for Huron.
And that's the thing is that, and this is a different team. I mean, when you hear that Huron is a team that likes those long grinding kind of drives, you kind of think that they're a big offensive line, that They like the run game, and the reality is they're a lot smaller than the offensive line that the Governors faced last week down at Yankton. I mean, that offensive line averaged about 260, 270 across the front. Huron only has a couple of starters in the 230 range, and then everybody else is in the 180 to 200 range on the front line. So they're going to be happy with 3 and 4 yards at a crack if they can get that. And we've heard that they're much more of an option team, so they are going to depend on the run game a lot, and then a lot on the short passing game.
Yeah, that big guy on the short passing game, Kranzler, who's got 20 catches out of the 47 receptions. He's got 20 catches so far, so he's obviously the go-to target more times than not for Huron.
Yeah, and he's going to be the guy that he's number 81. He's going to be the guy that I think is going to catch a lot of the focus, especially of the back seven on the Governor defense tonight. But you can't necessarily forget about the run game. Cade McNeil, the starting quarterback, averaging about 6 yards a rush. But their go-to back is Jaden Beck, 70 attempts, 385 yards on the year, 5.5 yards per rush. And so this is a team that even though they're only 2 and 3, and I should say, quote, I put air quotes around that when I say only 2 and 3, because in reality I think they're probably better than 2 and 3. Certainly that Watertown game is a game that they could have won, and so this is a team that you certainly can't take lightly.
Pierre Governors and Huron Tigers. It is homecoming here for the Governors in 2021. We will talk to the coaches coming up here in just a little bit. We'll start our conversations first with Coach Scott Spanton of the Huron Tigers. Back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
All Pro Towing and Repair offers 24/7 light, medium, and heavy towing, jump starts, lockouts, roadside assistance, and recovery. The All Pro Towing and Repair team of professionals offers prompt, courteous, and top-notch services to Central South Dakota. If you find yourself in need of a tow, jump, or lockout, contact All Pro Towing and Repair, 605-669-2075. That's 605-669-2075.
Pictures are memories we want to last forever. For those special times, call Bridget M. Photography, a unique boutique photography studio offering family portraits, children, seniors, and even your pets. They're available for weddings, commercial events, and sports photography. Stop in and visit their studio in Pierre or look over their website at bridgetmphoto.com. Pictures and memories that will last forever. From Bridget M. Photography in Pierre.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of area athletes and their fans. Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows it takes hard work to achieve success in sports and the support of great people. That's why Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre is the place for all of your feed, seed, animal health, and grilling needs. They work hard for the community and are thankful for the support of their great customers. Visit Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre, 504 Deadwood Street. Sioux Nation supports area athletes.
As we welcome you back here, the pregame show on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Scott Spanton of the Huron Tigers as they come in tonight. It's a homecoming game for the Pierre Governors as the Tigers are coming in at 2-3 on the season. A win last Friday against Aberdeen Central, 21-14. Coach, as we look at this matchup here, but let's talk about your team a little bit. Not the first week that you're hoping for. Got a win against Spearfish, and the last couple of weeks it was a tough loss to Watertown, but Do you like how your team has played the last couple of weeks against Watertown and Aberdeen Central, being 1-1?
Yes, I think obviously the Watertown game was a very big disappointment. Some things that could have obviously went the other direction, but we have to be in control of our own destiny, and we didn't do that that particular night. But we still saw a lot of positive things in our run game, and then also we threw the ball a little bit better, and that kind of springboarded us into this last week where we had some success. We were pretty balanced if you break down the stats wise, the yardage run pass was pretty even, and we did some good things in the first half to jump out to a 21-0 lead, and then the second half, we told the kids they're going to come after you, and they did that, and they made a couple of plays, and next thing you know, it comes down to the end for the onside kick, and luckily he kicked it out of bounds, and then we just take a knee and it's done with. But there's some things that we needed to shore up in that second half to make sure that those things don't happen, because we know going into this week against Pierre, they're very explosive as well. Got a great quarterback, great skilled kids. They like to stretch you vertically and horizontally, so we're going to have our work cut out for us, and we know every week's going to be a new challenge.
You played Yankton back in the first week of the season, so that's kind of far. This is now going into week 6, so that's pretty far away. Where you saw Pierre in film last week play this Yankton team, what did you see from them against this Yankton team? You mentioned a lot of what they do well already, but what did you see from that Yankton game?
Well, I think again, knowing how we stacked up against Yankton, they're a very good ball club, and obviously Pierre did a good job of executing their passing game again. They do a lot of similar concepts. It's just that they change it up from week to week on their formations and their motions. So, again, we're going to have to be straight in our secondary, making the proper calls and having our eyes in the right place and try to eliminate some of those big plays. We know they're going to get their share of completions and that, but so very impressed with their passing game, and especially their quarterback, his poise back there. Last year's a sophomore, now as a junior, just adds to that, handles the offense very well. And as I said before, they stretch you from sideline to sideline. Not a lot of high school quarterbacks can make those throws, but he can, and same with the vertical threat. So, those are the things that impress me, regardless of who they play. They stay pretty consistent, and they manage to make those big plays when it counts. So, we understand that, but we have to also do a better job of getting pressure on them, but also try to keep them in the pocket the best we can.
And for you guys defensively, again, the last couple of weeks here, 14 points against Aberdeen Central, who is now 3-2. That was just their second loss. 24 points against Watertown. Have you liked how the defense has gotten better throughout the last couple of weeks?
We've had our moments. The biggest thing for us now is just the consistency. For us, it's a big key not to have our defense spend 60-75% of the game on defense on the field. Due to our numbers and such, a lot of our kids play both ways. And so we try to eliminate that the best we can. We feel better when we have the ball in possession of our offense. And then again, we can hopefully keep moving the chains and control the clock and shorten the game and take our opportunities when they're there and capitalize on them. So that's kind of been our MO. When we've had success, we've done that. When we haven't, then it's the vice versa. What I just said about our defense spends way too much time on the field.
When you look at your offense, Jaden Beck, who is your leading rusher in terms of carries and in yards, but he's averaging 5 yards a carry. So that's a good spot to be at. And you mentioned just now that you want to have your defense get off the field. What when you look at the stats and what the offense has been, what's been the maybe the struggle of keeping the offense on the field? Because when you look at the stats and see the yards per carry is fairly high for a lot of guys. What's been that maybe struggle for the offense?
I think the biggest thing is just the execution, stubbing our toe in certain situations where we've turned the ball over in a short field a few times in the past few games as far as, when we should get some positive points out of it, we turn it over. Like last week, we had it down inside the 20 through an interception. So therefore, again, still reserve the right to kick a field goal. But so those things come back to haunt us. It's basically been self-inflicted wounds when it comes down to our offensive effectiveness or ineffectiveness. But we just got to do a better job to take care of the football and, like I said, capitalize on those situations.
And what have you seen for the Pierre defense that maybe will allow you to be able to cash in on those opportunities offensively?
Well, they do a variety of things with their fronts as far as, 8 men in the box, 7 in the box, 6 in the box based upon your formations. They play a lot of man coverage. So those are going to be some things that, we have to adjust to. And then, again, we have a game plan to try to do some things to exploit some of those. But still, it doesn't matter what our game plan is. We still have to go out and execute it. And if we do that, then I think we have a pretty good chance as long as we keep building out what we've done the last 2 weeks on both sides of the ball. And then our special teams, they played pretty well last week. We got to continue to do that as well on special teams.
Talking with Coach Scott Spaden of the Huron Tigers as kickoff's at 7 o'clock. You kind of basically just answered my last question here, but maybe break it down or tighten it up a little bit more. What's going to be that top thing for you guys to need to do tonight to get a win against Pierre?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I think the biggest thing is control the clock by controlling the chains, getting first downs. Then when we have an opportunity to try to take a shot, we have to capitalize on it. We know we're only going to get limited amount of times where we get to touch the football. They're a very explosive offense. So we'd rather, if we had our 2 druthers out of each, we'd rather, have them drive the ball down the field consistently rather than that home run shot. But overall, our biggest thing is just executing on offense. And, again, just stay ahead of the chains, not behind them. It's not a very good feeling when you're looking up at 3rd and 19 and 3rd and 25. Those situations are tough to overcome. Those are the ones that we have to stay out of.
Coach Scott Spaden of the Huron Tigers. Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck here tonight, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Back with Coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors, after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
It is time to control noxious weeds. Do you have a control plan in place? If not, contact your local weed and pest supervisor to help you set up a plan. Effort now will save you time and money in the future. This is Paul Johnson, South Dakota State University Extension Weed Science Coordinator, asking for your support to get this statewide noxious weed problem under control.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
When a disaster damages your home or business, you need immediate support from experts you can count on. ServiceMaster is there for your burst and leaking pipes, basement flooding, drying and dehumidification, roof leaks and failures, carpet and upholstery. We know your situation is unique. That's why we give every type of damage in every building the individual attention of certified experts who have the real-world experience to come up with the best solution. No type of damage is too big or too small for us to handle. We're standing by 24/7. Call ServiceMaster 844-902-2938.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, joining me is Coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governor football team, as they are set for the homecoming game against the Huron Tigers. 7 o'clock kickoff coming up here in just a couple minutes. But, Coach, as we get set for this game, a homecoming game that, as coaches, they like when it's done. You mentioned on Coach's Corner you like when it's over with. But this is a big, important game for you guys. Where you look at the standings and it's starting to take a little bit of shape, this is an important game to make sure you stay in pace and try and stay in one of those top 3 teams.
Yeah, it's definitely an important thing to just continue to take care of business, but probably most importantly to continue to grow. We're in a fortunate position where right now there's going to be a lot of movement, I think, in the standings over the next 4 weeks to finish out the season, especially 2 through 6. We want to position ourselves, but ultimately we want to just continue to get better and better and, prepare for the playoffs. I said at this point in time, obviously we feel like we've locked up a playoff spot. So we just want to keep improving so that we're ready to come playoff time to hopefully make another run.
A 24-10 win against Yankton last Friday. The defense played really well, allowing just 1 touchdown at the very end of the game. That's kind of how we've seen this defense all year. It's been a good defensive team all season, but it's good to see that every single week, not just sporadically.
Yeah, I think that they've just been a really steady presence. I think obviously they did a great job limiting big plays and, after getting off the field after a big play, but they've just been steady. They've obviously improved like everybody on the team is and like both units are, but they've been very steady. I think our offense has been way up and way down at times, where we can't miss for a quarter and then we can't hit anything for a quarter, where I think our defense has been a lot more consistent, level-headed, and just continued to, like I said, bend don't break at times, but at the same point, cutting it off once we've had a big play.
The Huron Tigers, they got a big win against Aberdeen Central last Friday. They played well in their last 2 games. Took Watertown to the wire. They had to get a field goal to beat Huron, and then they beat Aberdeen Central. Those are 2 good teams in AA. What have you seen from them in the last couple of weeks? Why they've gotten to this point?
Yeah, their offense does a great job staying on the field. That's what really hurt Aberdeen. Is Aberdeen had really, for all intents and purposes, 2 offensive drives in the first half, and that's hard. It's hard to stay in a rhythm. It's hard to really execute or see what you like out of your game plan if you only get to run 10 plays in the first half. So, we've got to make sure that we get them off the field early, not allow those 18-play drives that just eat up a ton of clock. And we've just got to find ways to give them negative plays because that's ultimately what's going to hurt their style of offense is just a negative play. And then offensively, when we get out there, they're not flashy. We know what they're going to line up in. We've got some different ideas, formations that we think might put them in a bad spot. And, when we get our opportunities, we've got to cash in just because, again, with an offense like the one that we're going to play against, you never know when your next time is that you're going to get the ball. So we've got to cash in when we can.
I was just about to ask that how important the drive, every drive is, especially early on in the game, because you want to get off the field as quickly as you can defensively to get the offense back on. But if they do have a long extended drive, that you don't have because in a lot of games this year we've seen 6 to 7 drives per half, or maybe even 8 drives per half. So you're getting close to 15 drives a game, where tonight might be more like 6 or 7 drives a game. So how important is it, especially right away, to score an opening drive touchdown?
Yeah, the pressure is on from the very get-go just because of that. When you play a Yankton or a Mitchell, those teams that might be a little bit more dynamic in their offense, so they might have a little more quick strike potential. But you also know that they're also going to, just like us, they're going to be a little hot and a little cold, and they're going to have drives they go 3 and out. They're going to have drives they have good drives, where when you face these teams, I think Brookings is another one down the road. But these teams that can just stay on the field and continue to get the little yardage, and march their way down the field, that just adds another large element of pressure to the offense, even when the score is tied, just because you don't want to give it back to them, to kill off more game clock and to get yourself out of a rhythm.
As we're getting set for the homecoming game, halfway point of the season, injury-wise, Brady Getz left with an injury last week. How's he doing and other guys that are maybe dealing with a little bit of some injuries?
Yeah, Getz will have to be out this week. It was unfortunate. He made a heck of a play on the play. He got hurt, causing a fumble. but his shoulder's bothering him. So I said we're going to hold him out this week, and he's kind of going to be a week-by-week guy. So, but this week he'll be a no-go. And other than that, I think we've been still pretty good health-wise. Obviously we got some bumps and bruises and all that stuff, but he's the only one that'll have to miss some time today.
And then for tonight, what's it going to take to knock off Huron?
Defensively, we've got to play on their side of the line of scrimmage. We've got to get some negative plays, and then we've just got to stay zoned in on Kranzler. He's a really good receiver, and when they do need to force things down the field, he's the one they're going to force it to. So our back end, we can't fall asleep on him. And then offensively, again, we've got to capitalize. I felt like we had a lot of opportunities last week to make some really good plays, and we just didn't get them all done. So when we play these games against these teams that are going to have that ability to hold on to the ball, we've got to capitalize on our opportunities.
Coach, I appreciate the time as always. Good luck here again tonight.
Thanks, John.
Back with more of the pregame show next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Let Country Carpet and Flooring help you update your home or office with the latest fashion trends. With over 30 years of experience, we can help you find the right flooring or window treatments for your needs. Stop down to 414 East Sioux Avenue or call for an appointment at 224-9297 for your free consultation and estimate. Go Govs!
This fall, sip on a warm, soothing apple cider and bathe in the radiance of the changing colors before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for fall sports. Stop for goal line stands, holler for a game-winning ace, and go berserk for a chip in from the rough. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank.
Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
Faith Lutheran Church prays for God's blessings to all of our athletes and their families. We're proud of the commitment and dedication that you give to your team. We would love for you to join us and celebrate the successes that God gives to us on the field, in the classroom, and throughout our lives. You can worship with us at Faith Lutheran Church on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 a.m., on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., or you can watch online at faithluth.com/livestream.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierre say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
As we welcome you back here, we are getting set for kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean as the Governors are looking to win 5 straight over their opponents. They've won 4 in a row after dropping week 1 against Harrisburg. And for Greg, this game tonight, the Governors are going to find themselves in a fight where a lot of times the defense, they want to get the defense off the field, but this is going to be a little bit more important to get the defense off the field.
And that's what we talked about in the open, just the fact that Huron, in order for them to be successful, they like to go on these long, methodical, time-consuming drives, and so they're really not a big play kind of offense. At least that's what they've shown to date. And so if Pierre is going to be successful, they not only need to get Huron's offense off the field, but if they can go up by 2 or 3 scores, they really put themselves in a good position to win tonight.
And the Governors are looking for that 5th win, as there's been one game that's gone final in AA. That was yesterday. That was the Brookings Bobcats falling to Sioux Falls, Washington, 35-14. That was a game where it kind of took over 11 AAA versus 11 AA. What we've kind of seen throughout this year is you can see when teams are using at least 1 or 2 guys in both ways, that the 11 AAA team kind of takes over at the end of the game. Now, in this contest, the Huron Tigers have a lot of guys going both ways, where the Pierre Governors, 7 of the 11 guys going both ways. The Governors have 3, including their quarterback, so as long as Keenels can keep himself from getting hit a whole lot on offense, really it turns out to be just 2 guys going both ways.
And that's the thing, is that depth and conditioning really come into play, and I think you hit the nail on the head last night in that Washington Brookings game. That was a 14-14 game going into the 4th quarter. Brookings actually led that game 14-7 at halftime, but it was a 4th and 1 stand for Washington early in the 4th quarter that really turned the momentum in that game, and then 2 long touchdown runs later on in the quarter were really the margin in that game. So even though it was 35-14, I mean, that game was probably a game that was a lot closer than what the score really shows you on the scoreboard. This is kind of a similar kind of a game. I mean, this is a game where the Governors, even though they're 4-1, Huron comes in 2-3. They can't take this team lightly. We've talked about the fact that this is a Huron team that is coming in with some momentum. I mean, a nice win last week against a 1-loss Aberdeen team, and then a week before that took Watertown right down to the final gun. And so I think they're coming in with some confidence and some momentum. They kind of are playing like they are believing in themselves. And so for the Govs to win tonight, they're going to have to put a full 48 minutes on the field.
Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers come up here in just a couple of minutes. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. It is homecoming night for the Governors, as kickoff is just going to be a little bit behind at 7 o'clock. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, and we come back with kickoff. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Confidence, professional care, experience, and diverse care for all ages are what you should be looking for in dental care. And that's exactly what you'll receive from Dr. Monty Bechtold and Dr. Murray Thompson at Pierre Dental Clinic. You can expect friendly, caring staff who are concerned about your dental health and offer you complete confidence with routine checkups, early morning appointments, emergency treatment, and the latest in dental technology. Local dental treatment, all at Pierre Dental Clinic. Call 224-5355 or stop by their office at 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre still wants your trade or your spare vehicle, and we're willing to give you top dollar, and we'll throw in an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Sell us your car, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Trade in your vehicle for a new or different one, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit GatewayFordToyota.com.
At Purus, we play to win, which led to being named the most innovative food company of 2021. For over 30 years, we have worked to develop the highest quality peas for plant-based protein on the market, which is sourced from several South Dakota farmers. Our alliance with farmers allows us to build a safe and secure food supply in the United States. Join our Herald production team and make moves, because at Purus, it's not just a job, it's a career. Apply online, PURIS.com. Purus, born and bred in the USA.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
Slumberland Furniture invites you to stop in and check out their newly refurbished mattress and bedding section, now titled Sleep Solutions. Slumberland has really pulled out all the stops in this area with a selection of memory foam, innerspring, or hybrid, and exacting descriptions of their many choices, plus newly added enhancers to complete your sleeping experience. And don't forget, great specials as well. Slumberland Furniture's grand opening of their Sleep Solutions area, now at Slumberland on the truck bypass in Pierre, and check out slumberland.com.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back here to Hollister Field, Phil Troutner Stadium, homecoming game 2021 for the Pierre Governors as they take on the Huron Tigers. As the Pierre Govs will have the coin flip coming up here in just a moment. The national anthem has been played. We're ready for football here this Friday evening. The Governors are at home here tonight. We'll be home again next Friday against Watertown. We'll then have to go on the road one more time in the regular season, Aberdeen Central. And then if you're the Governors, you're hoping that the next time you have to travel past that would be to Vermilion, back to the Dakota Dome, because you're home against Brookings and you're hoping to be that home team in the first two rounds of the playoffs, and the Pierre Governors are looking for that to be the case here this year again.
And the Govs got a break last night with that Brookings loss. If the Govs can take care of business tonight, they're currently sitting number 3 in the PowerPoint standings. Brookings was at number 2. The loss will inevitably bring them down. A win tonight for the Governors should bump them up into that number 2 spot. And the realities are, if you can be 1 or 2, you do get those 2 home games through the playoffs. And really, the only difference between 1 and 2 is the fact that if you get to the Dakota Dome, you're just wearing a different colored jersey. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Huron won the toss. They have elected to receive, and the way their offense is and how they want to control the football, that's not surprising that they're not going to defer the second half, and the Governors will have to go on defense first. But Coach Sean Lewis, his defense has been very good throughout the entire season. That Harrisburg game, the only time they've allowed a lot of points, and you can't even really fault the defense or fault anybody. That's a good Harrisburg team that they faced. After that, well, they got a shutout 2 weeks ago. They got only allowed 6 points to Sturgis. They allowed just 10 points to Yankton, which was that touchdown at the end of the game against Yankton. So really, in the last 3 games, you've allowed 9 points, which is a pretty good defensive average to have in the last 3 games.
Yeah, 36 points total over that 4-game winning streak. So 9 points a game, like you said. I mean, that's exactly where you want to be. And we heard Coach Steele talk about in the pregame interview. This is sort of a bend but don't break defense. It's a defense that even though they gave up over 300 yards of total offense to Yankton last week, they would give up the big play, but they wouldn't give up the second big play in that drive. Is kind of how he phrased it. And so we're just about ready for kickoff here at Hollister Field at Phil Troutner Stadium.
Cole Peterson has it teed up. He will kick it deep left to right as it will go back towards the end zone and will be taken here by Jaden Beck. He'll work out to the 15-yard line to the near side of the 20, 25. He's out to the 30, trying to cut it back, 40-yard line to the 45 before he's finally driven down. And it's going to be a really good field position for Huron to open up the game, as is Jaden Beck taking it all the way out to the 47-yard line on the Huron side, and not the way that the Pierre Governors are open to start, but as the Huron offense comes out, as we look at the quarterback, Cade McNeil will be the starter, number 4 for the Huron Tigers. He'll have Max Kranzler, his go-to guy, will be out wide. And you look at where they sit at with their stats. McNeil, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions so far on the season, as he has thrown for 362 yards at 53.3% completion percentage. 1st and 10 from the 47. Man goes in motion. As McNeil looked to pass, he'll throw the near side. That is going to be behind the intended receiver, and it will fall incomplete as it was looking for Acer 2. And it will be a 2nd and 10 from that 47-yard line.
Yeah, just a quick out on the far side is what they were looking for, and that's what we're going to see a lot of, just these 3, 4, 5-yard plays, running plays, and then the quick outs, the quick hitches. They're just going to take what the defense will give you, and that's how they put together these long, methodical drives that Huron was really good at last week.
2nd and 10 from the 47. Man goes in motion. McNeil will hand the ball off, and it'll be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage as Jaden Beck. It was actually the quarterback was Mason Davis for the Huron Tigers, but it was Jaden Beck that went maybe for a loss of 1, and it'll be up 3rd and 11 here for the Tigers.
Yeah, and the Tigers are using an alternating quarterback system, at least here early in the game, where they run the play in with a different quarterback. It was McNeil on the first play. Mason Davis ran the second play at the quarterback position. McNeil back in here for the third play of this drive on 3rd and 11.
So McNeil from the shotgun, 2 receivers here the near side, 3rd and 11 from around the 45-yard line. McNeil looked to pass as he rolls to his left, throws down to the sideline. It's up in the air and is deflected by Lincoln Keenels. Max Kranzler was intended target, and Keenels breaks up the pass attempt, and it will bring up 4th down at 3 and out for the Huron Tigers. Even with the good field position, we'll have to punt the ball away.
Yeah, and a nice close by Lincoln Keenholz. He read that play really well as Kranzler went down about 15 yards on the out, and McNeil had him open for a second, but Keenholz closes well and was able to knock the pass away at the last second.
Killian Malley is the punter for the Huron Tigers. Got Jaden Wiebe and Brock Mosier back deep here for the Pierre Governors. They got 5 guys outside the box here on the punt. It is blocked. The Governors block it, and it's going to roll, and it will be grabbed, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Governors just inside their own territory at the 47-yard line. As for the Governors, it was Isaac Gilk that was Matthew Brewer that was the one that was able to get the hand on it. And that's a big punt block there for the Governors, and a good field position for them now. That punt goes a total of, 8 yards for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, and Malley just had a little bit of trouble handling the snap as it came back. He was actually a substitute punter. They had been using McNeil back as the punter. This may be the first time that they used Malley back there. Just took a long time getting it off, and good break for the Governors there.
Keenels on a throw. Brock Mosier makes the catch. He gets to the offense early on as he'll cross midfield on the completion as he'll get out to the 47-yard line. A gain of about 5, and his second down and 5 here for the Governors.
66 degrees at kickoff. Wind out of the north-northeast, 9 miles an hour. Broken clouds tonight for the players and the fans here at Hollister Field.
2nd and 5, pistol formation here for the Pierre Governors. 3 receivers to the near side, opening drive for them. No score between Pierre and Huron. Handoff for Mosier, and he is wrapped up in the backfield right at the line of scrimmage. I think they're maybe going to give him about a half a yard. They'll give him a full yard for Mosier, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Governors.
Governors in the black tops, green pants, black socks, green helmets. For the Tigers, they're in white tops, orange and black accents on the sleeves, orange numbers, black pants with orange and white accents on the knees, black helmets with numbers on the side.
3 receivers to the near side. Keenels, they'll change the play at the line of scrimmage. 9:48 to go here in the opening quarter. 3rd and 4 from the Tiger 48-yard line. Keenels look to pass, throws over the middle. Jed Zabel makes the catch. He's out to the 30, trying to cut it back. He barrels over a man. He's still going as he circles around. It took 2 Huron Tigers after a broken tackle to get Jed Zabel on the ground as he went all the way down the 21-yard line. A big gain on 3rd down for the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, right. Just a crossing route right over the middle. Jed Zabel, the 6'4", 215-pound sophomore tight end, caught the ball about 10 yards downfield, and then he just literally, like you said, barreled over Cashton Cottle, the 5'10", 150-pound sophomore free safety for the Tigers, and Zabel was just a tough one to bring down because he got about another 7 or 8 yards after initial contact.
Call a gain of 27 for Jet Zabel. 9:15 to play here in the opening quarter. Empty backfield, shotgun formation for Keenels. He'll look to pass. He's still looking. He'll throw over the middle. Keith Kaiser makes the catch. He's out to the 10, the 5. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown. From 20 yards out, Lincoln Keenels finds Keith Kaiser, and the Governors take a 4-play drive to get on the board first with 9:04 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a crossing route from Keenholz to Kaiser, and Kaiser catches the ball in front of the secondary, and then it was just a foot race to the end zone. He found a seam and was able to get across the goal line, and the Governors score first at 9:04 of the first quarter.
So there's Cole Peterson left here for the extra points. Again, the Pierce soccer team, they'll be on the road to Lincoln, the boys. It will be a home game for the girls on Tuesday. Girls will play at 4 o'clock. Boys will be out in Sioux Falls taking on Lincoln. Cole Peterson will be out there looking to keep his senior soccer season alive. The extra point is going to be blocked by the Huron Tigers, so it'll be just a 6-0 lead for the Pierre Governors with 9:04 left to go here in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Back here at Hollister Field, 6-0 is their score. It was a 4-play, 53-yard drive for the Pierre Governors, a 20-yard touchdown catch from Cade Kaiser. The throw came from Lincoln Keenholz. Keenholz went 3 for 3 on that drive for 52 yards. And that is where we stand here after the first drive for the Governors on the evening. Cole Peterson will tee it back up. It is Max Kranzler and Jaden Beck back deep for the Huron Tigers. 9:04 left to go in the opening quarter here in the homecoming game between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers. Peterson has it teed up. He will kick it, a short kick. It will be rolling towards the end zone. It will have to be picked up by Kranzler as he'll get it up to the 10-yard line, and he's not going to get much farther than that. Maybe got it close to the 15-yard line, but it's going to be much different start to the drive here for the Huron Tigers than what they were in their last drive.
Yeah, the kickoff kind of went right straight up the middle, and maybe a little bit of miscommunication between Beck and Kranzler, the two deep guys for the Tigers, and the ball just went right between them, rolled almost all the way to the goal line before Kranzler was able to corral it. And by that time, the timing of the blocking on the return was all broken up, and he was thrown down just over the 10-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11, working from right to left here on your radio dial or on your screen on YouTube at KCCR Sports. 3 receivers to the near side. A quick throw for McNeil, and he throws it behind the receiver again, and it will fall incomplete as it was Jacob Mayer in coverage. And Malley was the intended receiver, but again, McNeil so far in his 3 pass attempts have not been, he's not really been close to hitting his target yet.
Yeah, he was high on the first one. The second one was on target, but maybe just a little bit late, able to have Keenholz step in and break that one up. And then this last one was behind Malley. So 0 for 3 so far for the Tigers in the passing game.
So now Davis is the quarterback. 3 receivers here to the near side. As they'll look to pass, Davis will throw it over, and that one's going to be broken up by Keenholz. He got the hand in front of the ball, and a good play from Lincoln Keenholz there to make it another incompletion. That one's from Davis, his first throw. And the Huron Tigers right now offensively are 0 for 4 passing the ball, and it's now 3rd down and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
Interesting that the Tigers have come out and tried to throw the ball 4 times out of the first 5 offensive plays that they ran. They've only thrown the ball 92 times through the first 5 games. That's 18 times a game, and so this is a little bit of a different look for the Tigers.
3rd and 10 from the 11-yard line, 8:53 to play here in the opening quarter. It is McNeil back in as quarterback. Man goes in motion, and now play action. He'll look for a screen pass, throws it over the top and almost missed his intended target, but it will be caught, and it will be a gain of very little, as it was Hernandez that made the catch, and Jonathan Hernandez got 2 yards on it as 4th down and 8 on the first positive play that Huron has had today.
Yeah, and a nice rush by the Governor defensive line. McNeil had to loft that one up over top of the defensive line, and what that did was it broke up the timing of the play. And then by the time that Hernandez got the catch, I think it was Chase Sarda that drug him down from behind after that short gain.
So another punt upcoming here for Malley. A low snap. Now Malley will get it away. It's not a very good kick, but it will take a couple of rolls for the Huron Tigers, and it will be down still inside Tiger territory, and it will be at the 43-yard line. So the Pierre Governors have really good field position, and if the Tigers aren't able to get something moving here quickly, but also if they just can't get the offense moving at all, a lot of these punts are not going to be in a good shape for the Huron defense, because the Pierre Governors are in a really good spot already at the Tiger 43-yard line to start this next drive, and they had no problems in the first offensive series. It was a 4-play drive where Keno's went 3 for 3 through the air. 8:05 to play in the first quarter. Keno's will look to pass again. He'll look to his left and now scramble to his left. Throws on the run, looking for his man. Merquan makes the catch. He's got two guys there, slips through it, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Jack Merquan, 43 yards down. A good throw from Keno's on the run. Merquan made the catch and broke up 2 tackles before he got into the end zone, and the Governors are up 12-0 with 7:55 to go in the first quarter.
And we've tagged him. We've nicknamed Jack Merquan as Chris Carter because all he does is catch touchdowns. I think that's number 7 on the year, if I'm correct. Number 8 on the year in 14 catches for Jack Merquan, and that was not necessarily a touchdown pass. I mean, it was a pass that Merquan caught getting behind the defense. He got corralled about the 10-yard line, and then literally just broke through a couple of tackles and just willed his way into the end zone.
The extra point is good from Cole Peterson, and a 13-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
As we welcome you back, it is a 13-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. It was just that 1-play drive. That was a throw and catch from Lincoln Keenels to Jack Merquan, 43 yards out for the touchdown. And the Pierre Governors lead at 13-0 with 7:55 to go here in the first quarter. Cole Peterson's got it teed up as he will kick this one deep out towards the end zone, and it will go into the back of the end zone and out for a touchback. And Huron will have better field position than their second drive, but it will be at the 20-yard line where they will take over. And so far, Greg, they have a 1 positive yard in 2 drives, 6 plays, 2 punts, and only 1 yard.
Yeah, and give credit to the Governor defense. I mean, they're coming in and executing the game plan that I think Coach Sean Lewis, the defensive coordinator, has wanted to do, and that's take away the positive yardage for the Tigers in first and second down and force them into long yardage situations on third down. And so far, they've gotten 2 3-and-outs.
And McNeil trying to hand the ball off, and the Governor defensive line just exploded that play, as it was Beck that got the handoff, and it was Jaden Floor that got to him first. And it's a loss of loss of 3 back to the 17-yard line. Boy, Floor almost had a chance to just grab the ball from McNeil.
Yeah, and Floor was in the backfield about as fast as Beck was to take the ball on the handoff from McNeil, and if he's there half a step quicker, he might have gone the other way for a scoop and score.
So now it's Davis, the quarterback for the Huron Tigers. He's going to bring another man in motion. Governors are looking to send the house, but instead we'll have a whistle before the play. And it looks like the Governors are offside. So they're going to allow those 5 yards to the Huron Tigers. Josh Strand, I believe, is the one that got called for the encroachment, and it's now going to be 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line.
So far, footing doesn't really seem to be much of a problem. I mean, we got a nice rain overnight and through at least the early part of the day. I think last I looked, it was close to 2/3 of an inch at the airport. So the field is a little soft in some spots, and you can see if you're watching on YouTube down in the red zone, down in the east end. I mean, you can see some mud starting to show up. So we'll see if the footing becomes an issue at some point tonight.
Another man goes in motion. Now we're going to timeout, get called from the Huron Tigers. Coach Spanton will call a timeout. So our first time out of the game goes to Huron with 7:07 still left to go here in the first quarter. The Governors lead at 13-0. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
First United Methodist Church would like to take this time to wish the Pierre Governors great success in this sports season. Athletic competition builds skills, leadership, teamwork, and provides lifelong lessons in character development. I'm Pastor Greg, and I invite you to join us for meaningful worship, personal growth, and compassionate fellowship. For a list of worship times and upcoming events, visit our website, pierrefirstumc.org, or our Facebook page, Pierre First United Methodist Church.
When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wagner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wagner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, wagnerauto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wagner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to wagnerauto.com or stop by Wagner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
As we welcome you back here before the snap of the timeout. A false start on Elliott DeVries for the Huron Tigers, so it'll put the 5 yards right back to where they were, so it's now 2nd and 12 for the 18-yard line again. And you got a encroachment, a timeout, and a false start penalty before the next plays even ran. And we could have taken probably about 2 or 3 minutes off the clock before that actually happened. So now another man goes in motion again, looking like they're trying to run the exact same play. There's a throw that's going to be just short of the line of scrimmage, but there was a receiver in the area as they were trying to throw it to Jaden Beck. But Davis had to really get out there quickly. Otherwise, it was about to be he was about to get sacked as the defensive line for the Pierre Governors was coming through, as it was Josh Strand again, along with Emmett Anderson.
Yeah, and McNeil rolling to his left, never got a chance to square his shoulders, and he was about a half a step away from finding himself on the turf, and just kind of did his best to try to get rid of that ball. And luckily, he was able to find some area where Jaden Beck was in the area and avoided the grounding call.
3rd and 12 here as Davis will throw again. That's tipped, and it will fall incomplete. So the first good look there where the receiver was open, but I believe it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, so it will fall incomplete. Maybe Austin Foley, Chase Sarton, maybe got a hand on that throw from Davis, and it will bring up 4th down. And now we've got Huron at minus 1 yard so far through 3 drives, as they're going to have to punt the ball away again.
Yeah, 3 straight 3-and-outs, and this is I think exactly what Coach Steve Steele wanted out of his defense so far, was not allow Huron any opportunity to get any momentum and get any confidence with that offensive game.
So now we got the referees that will stop play. And moving the ball, they had to move a ball the half a yard up. The Governor punt unit, they've got basically 2 down linemen right now, and they got 5 guys outside the box as the punt will go up and go out for Jaden Wiebe, but he slips and almost hits him, and it will end up being grabbed and down at the 39-yard line. That was close. Wiebe slipped, so by the time he looked back up again, that ball was probably might have been a little bit farther than what we look like right here, but it was pretty close to hitting him.
Yeah, and first best punt of the night from Malley. Nice kick, 32, 40, almost 43 yards on the punt for Malley after the first one got blocked, and the second one just had a couple challenges with it.
So here is now 1st and 10 from the Governor 39-yard line. Keno's still 4 for 4 on the day. He'll look to pass. He'll throw. It's a low throw, and Cade Kaiser can't come up with it as he was having to basically dive straight to the ground where he was at. He threw about a 6-yard pass that Kaiser couldn't make the catch, so that's 1st incompletion, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, 1st incompletion. He's not going to have that perfect passer rating tonight.
Yeah, well, I think you can still have a perfect passer rating with an incompletion, although it takes a lot to make that happen. Well, now Keno's could do it, but probably won't have the perfect completion percentage.
There you go.
2nd and 10 for the 39, 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. Mosier will get the handoff. He'll break through that first line. He'll get past the 45-yard line to the 47, a gain of 8, and he'll bring up, we'll call it a gain of about 7, a gain of short 3, long 2 for the Governors.
Yeah, and a nice run, nice hard run by Mosier, and we've talked about the fact that he's not the biggest back, but when he does get his these opportunities. He runs hard, and they sent him right into the middle of the line, and the Governor offensive line did a nice job opening up a hole, and then Mosier made a nice move that got him a couple of extra yards before he was brought down by Hernandez in the second line.
Keno's on a design run. He's going to be dropped maybe a half a yard short of that first down marker. He got to the 49-yard line. That's where the Governors need to go, but I think he's on the now the referee at first said it's a first down without even calling for a measurement, and I think they're going to bring up fourth down, and they will measure it. Well, the referee at first just said it's a first down, and now they're going to have to bring the chains out to see if it will be a first down here for the Pierre Governors. It was a gain of about 2 for Keenels. He needed 2, but maybe he needed 2.5 instead of 2 1/4.
Yeah, and we're, I think, 0 for 2021 in terms of calling whether it's a first down or not. So we'll see how this prediction goes.
As I say, I think he was just a little short, and he's going to be not short. He got it by the nose of the football, the very tip nose of the football.
So the Governors keep the drive going, and the way that the Governor defense has been playing, you kind of wonder if Steve Steele wouldn't have maybe tried to go for it on fourth down. That's a moot point right now, and so the Governors have this drive continuing to roll just inside their own territory at their own 49-yard line with 5:48 to go here in the first quarter.
3 receivers to the far side, 1 lone receiver here to the near side. That's Merkwant. Keenels looked to pass, looking to his left, throwing downfield for Hansen. Over the shoulder, makes the catch, and there goes Matt Hansen to the end zone for a 51-yard touchdown reception. Matt Hansen, what a grab over the shoulder. And the Governors now lead it 19-0 with 5:33 to go in the first quarter.
Touchdown pass number 15 on the year for Lincoln Keenholz against just 1 interception, and that one was a dime. He dropped that one in on an arc that it was a really small window, and so big credit to Lincoln Keenholz, but big credit to Matthew Hansen, who had 2 defensive backs running stride for stride with him, and he was just able to just concentrate, pull the ball in, and then outrun the 2 defensive backs into the end zone.
The extra point is missed by Cole Peterson. It is a 19-0 lead here for the Pierre Governors with 5:33 to go in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-O-Lator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-O-Lator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-O-Lator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
So that was a 4-play drive that went 61 yards and a 51-yard touchdown and grab from Matt Hansen as the Governors now lead at 19-0. We've had an extra point blocked and missed from off the foot of Cole Peterson, but the Governors still have that 19-point advantage here as we play midway point of this first quarter. It's been a rather long first quarter, but the Governors have made it that way by forcing 3 3-and-outs and then also scoring on all 3 drives. Low line drive kick from Peterson. It'll bounce a couple of times. It'll be taken by the Tigers. And on the far side, it will go out near the 29-yard line as it was Cashton Caldwell that was the returner. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Huron 29-yard line.
And we'll see if the defense can continue to have their way with this Huron Tiger offense. 3 3-and-outs so far for the green and black defense tonight, and they are holding Huron to, what'd you say, -3 yards total offense so far?
-1 so far.
-1 so far.
So here is an opportunity for the Huron Tigers. McNeil, quick handoff. There's a positive yards. There's going to be the first down of the game for the Huron Tigers, and a big gain on 1st and 10, as it is Lowman Clark that will get the handoff, and it will go all the way down the 46-yard line for the Huron Tigers into Pierre Governor territory.
Yeah, and Llewellyn just right up the middle, just a real quick hitter, and maybe caught the Governors off guard just a little bit. Probably the most fire we've seen out of that Huron Tiger offensive line tonight. Just a quick burst right up the middle to Llewellyn, and he sidestep a couple of tackles, broke a couple of arm tackles, and if not for Lincoln Keenholz bringing him down at the Governor 45, he might have gone all the way.
So 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Davis with a pitch. The ball's on the ground. It will be still loose, and the Governors fall on top of it. Coming up with it is going to be Gavin Stotts, as it was bobbled a couple times. Huron had an opportunity to jump on top of it. Could not, and then Gavin Stotts fell right on top of it, and the Governors have it at the Huron 49-yard line.
Yeah, the first time we've seen the Tigers try to run an option play, they came to the near side, and as Davis tried to pitch to Beck, just got hit at the very last second right before he pitched the ball. Ball ends up on the ground, and first, I thought Beck was going to be able to recover it for Huron, but he missed the opportunity, and then there was just a wave of green and black on top of it after that. Gavin Stotts with the recovery.
As Lincoln Keenholz will scramble on 1st down. He's rolling to his left, still looking, throws on the run again. It's up in the air. It's going to be dropped as it was in the hands and then fell out of the hands, as it was Brecken Kruger that had the opportunity, and it was broken up deep down the field. And another good look there for Lincoln Keenholz. And it will be up 2nd and 10. 5 for 7 now is Keenholz on the evening.
Yeah, and that was a ball where Keenholz, as he rolled to his left, kind of threw back across his body, kind of threw back into the middle of the field, and he had Kruger open for a couple of seconds, but a nice recovery by the secondary of the Huron Tigers. I think it was Dylan Lichty who came and broke the pass up at the very last second.
So 2nd and 10 from the Huron 49-yard line, 4:41 to go in the first quarter, a 19-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. 3 touchdown passes from Lincoln Keenholz so far in the first quarter. A handoff for Mosier. He'll stutter step, and then he'll make his way past the 49 to about the 48, maybe 47. A gain of 2 for Mosier, and it's now 3rd down and 8. He stutter stepped as much as I tried to say the word stutter step. And it'll bring up now 3rd down and 8 for the Governors.
Yeah, the Governors, first time all night, I think. First time they've been in a 3rd and long situation, and so we'll see how they respond to this small bit of adversity. It's about the first thing that hasn't gone right for them tonight. Up 19-0 here with just over 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3
receivers out left side. Lincoln Keenholz will look to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket as it started to collapse, and now Keenholz will take off. He's got a 1st down. He's at the 35-yard line, and he will get out of bounds at around the 35. They're going to spot him at the 36, but a good gain there from Lincoln Keenholz from the 47 to the 36. Gain of 11 and a 1st down for Pierre.
And I think what we're continuing to see is the maturity of Lincoln Keenholz. I mean, that was a play where once he saw that he went through his progressions, didn't have an open receiver, pocket was starting to break down. The dual threat that he is came to the near side, and he knew exactly where he had to get past the 1st down sticks.
Quick throw. Brecken Kruger make the catch on a screen pass. Kruger will try and break through 2 different tacklers, but he will be stopped at the 30-yard line. A gain of about 6 for Kruger, and it'll bring up 2nd and 4 here for the Governors.
Yeah, and just that bubble screen that we've seen over the years out of Steve Steele's playbook, where they send 3 guys to the far side, then bring one of them back on just a hitch route, and you got 2 blockers out in front, and then hopefully you're looking for the receiver to find a seam out there, and if you can, then it's just a foot race to the end zone. Nice coverage by the Tigers, bringing it down after the 5-yard gain.
3:15 to go here in the first quarter. Mosier goes in motion to the right side of the line. Keenholz will roll to the right, still looking to find somebody open. He'll still look. The throw is going to be tipped, and it will fall incomplete, looking for Jet Zabel. And then Kruger had an opportunity if it would got tipped just a little bit higher, but it will fall incomplete, and it's now 3rd down and 4 from the 30-yard line in Huron territory.
Yeah, had a combo route there with Mosier, the underneath, the near receiver. He was blanketed with a Huron Tiger defender. Actually had Jet Zabel coming from the far side in his tight end position, coming all the way across the field, and he was open, and had the pass not been tipped, probably would have been completed. And like you said, then down the field another 10 yards was Brecken Kruger, who almost had a chance to come up with that ball after the tip.
And then the Huron Tigers will jump on 3rd and 4. Keenholz is able to get the clap, and it was the Tigers jumping across the line, a couple different Tigers. They're going to call Jaden Beck with it. A gain of 5 on the encroachment is enough for a 1st down. The Governors don't even have to snap the ball on 3rd down to pick up a 1st. And it'll bring up 1st and 10 from around the 25-yard line, just outside the red zone now here for the Governors again. Been the longest drive that they've had so far with 3:07 to go in the first quarter. Longest drive because this will be play number 6 of this drive. A 4-play drive, a 1-play drive, another 4-play drive on their scoring plays. Here's Keenels stepping up in the pocket. A flag comes in. Keenels will step up. He's out to our line. He's going to get to the 10. He's going to get in the end zone for a touchdown. Not a whole lot of cheering from the Pierre Governors sideline because it is going to be a holding call on the Governors, which will bring the play right back to where it was. And actually it's going to be a pretty big loss depending on where the flag is actually going to be spotted. If it's at the 35-yard line, well, you're going to see a lot of
holding 62 of the offense.
So Jaden Floor, referee said third down, but it's actually first down. But with Jaden Floor being the one called for the penalty, and they're going to spot it 10 yards back from where that from the 35-yard line all the way back to the 45. So it's going to be 1st and 30 here for the Governors.
Yeah, and you know, that's the difference between high school football and college or pro football. Is in college and pro football that holding call's marked off from the line of scrimmage regardless of where it is. High school it's marked off from where the hold occurs.
Here is Keenels now looking to pass. He'll throw over the middle. Catch is made by Kruger. What a fantastic grab. And then he is stopped right in his tracks, but he's able to get nearly all the 20 yards back. A gain of 19 for Brecken Kruger on that first down play.
Yeah, and like you said, not only an athletic play from Kruger, but he knew he was going to get hit coming across the middle, and as soon as he put the ball away after the catch, he immediately got wrestled to the ground by Cashton Caudle, the 5'10", 150-pound sophomore free safety, and Quiston Llewellyn, the 5'8", 150-pound junior cornerback.
2nd and 11 here for the Governors. Keenels will roll to his right. The throw is going to be short for Kruger, and it falls incomplete, and it's now 3rd down 11. This will be the toughest third down here for the Pierre Governors. 2:13 left to go in the first quarter, a 19-0 lead for the Governors. Right now, what we've seen from Cole Peterson, I think the ground for Cole Peterson hasn't been so good for him, but what we might see at some point, you know, we're sitting from the 27, 26-yard line. That's about a 30, close to a 40-yard field goal by the time you spot it all down. But potentially maybe we see something from Cole Peterson if the Governors can't pick it up. And now we'll have the referee stop play again. They're going to try and make sure the ball's marked in the right spot. We've seen the ball not be marked spot correctly one time. And it seems like everything's okay. Maybe they said, where are we going to eat after this? I forgot.
Or I need to get a few extra steps in.
Right, yeah. The pedometer was telling me I had to walk again. My watch was telling me I had to take another couple steps. Here's Keenels looking to pass on 3rd and 11. He's going to throw another holding call. Is going to come up. It's going to be in the end zone. It will fall incomplete. Matt Hansen ended up playing defense on that one to break up the pass, and it will bring up 4th down. There is a slow Tiger player that is slow to get up. And probably, do you decline this penalty or do you accept it? Because it'll be 3rd down and you'll definitely be out of field goal.
Number 62 of the offense, 10 yards penalty from the spot of the foul, remains 3rd down.
And it's Jaden Floor, and they do accept it, so it'll be 3rd down again, 3rd and very long. So you are out of field goal range at this point, and where you're sitting at, it's not really 4-down territory either, because unless you pick up all those yards back on 3rd down and about 30, it will be 3rd down and 30 again from the 45-yard line. You can't, even if you pick up 10 yards, it's still 4th down and 20. You don't want to feel like you want to go for it there.
And Jaden Beck and Elliot DeVries coming from the far side are getting a good push and bringing some pressure on Lincoln Keenels, and that's where the holding calls are coming from.
Keenels will look to pass on 3rd and 30. He's going to air it down the field. The catch is going to be made by Merquan. 3rd and 30. It's in for a touchdown. 45 yards out for Jack Merquan, his 2nd of the game, and the Governors now lead it 25-0. Maybe you should have accepted the penalty and made it 4th down and see what the Governors would have done. Because Jack Merquan made him pay. Keenels his 4th touchdown pass of the quarter. And Jack Merquan's got 2 catches for 2 touchdowns. 88 yards. How about that for Merquan again? I feel like we've said that once or twice already this season. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns for Merquan.
Yeah, 9th touchdown on the year for Jack Merkwan in just 15 catches through 6 games, excuse me.
Peterson, the extra point is up, and it is good. So it is 26-0 for the Pierre Governors here in the first quarter with 1:57 to play. They lead at 26-0 over Huron. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
This is Art from East Pierre Landscape and Garden Center. Do you know we are open 7 days a week? We're your shopping destination rather than simply a producer of nursery plants. We know what plants work in the area and offer high-quality landscape design services, plant materials, handmade outdoor crafts, and high-quality garden art. Let us make your yard and garden one to remember. East Pierre Landscape and Garden Center, east on Highway 34, north of Farm Island in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Hollister Field, this is one of those odd drives where you had an 8-play, 49-yard drive, and it ended up being a 45-yard touchdown catch in the drive. You only gained 49 net yards because of all the penalties that took place. However, the Governors now lead at 25-0, and it's just a lot of pad statting. You know, the penalties aren't good, but a lot of stat padding for this Pierre Governor team.
Yeah, the Governors are really just controlling both sides of the ball right now, and a huge shout out to the Governor offensive line tonight. They are just giving Lincoln Keenels all kinds of time back there to go through all his progressions and find an open receiver.
That is in the end zone. It will be a touchback, and Cole Peterson continues to kick the ball well for this Pierre Governor team. It's nice to have someone that will be continuing putting the ball in the back of the end zone, not even having to worry about your special teams unit making any plays. I'm sure the special teams would like to make some tackles, like to hit somebody, but Cole Peterson's eliminating that with all the touchbacks that he's had so far in the season.
I think that's 15th touchback 15. And 31 kickoffs, so just almost a 50% rate that he's putting the ball in the end zone on the kickoff.
So here are the Huron Tigers. It has been 3 and outs and then a fumble after the only first down they picked up. They fumbled the ball in the very next play. A handoff from Davis up the middle. To me, that was McNeil that hit it off, as it will be number 21 Hernandez that took Llewellyn Clark that took the handoff. And he picked up a couple of yards. He's been the only one to pick up positive yards so far for the Huron Tigers. He picks up about 7, and he'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
And that's the same play that the Tigers ran on first down of the last drive that they were able to get some positive yardage on, and it's just a quick hitter right up the middle, and they're able to find a seam just on the left side of the center.
So shotgun formation. Davis will hand it off. Beck hits himself enough for a first down to the 31-yard line. The gain of 4, and it's 1st and 10. And this has been going to be the longest drive right now for the Huron Tigers with 1:15 left to go in the first quarter.
First down of the night, I think, for the Tigers, correct?
Second one.
Second, okay. Yep. Yeah, Jaden Beck so far has really been bottled up. He's their leading rusher, 70 attempts on the year, 385 yards. But that's really about the first positive yardage that he has, and he's a load. He's 6 foot, 185-pound senior. So if he gets ahead of steam, it's going to take more than just an arm tackle or one Governor to bring him down.
A handoff here on 1st and 10 to Hernandez. He will be brought down at the 34-yard line. Another gain of 4. Llewellyn Clark. I keep thinking it's Hernandez, but Hernandez is wearing number 35, not number 21 like Llewellyn Clark is. So a gain of 4, a gain of 3 to the 34-yard line.
And again, the Tigers continue to shuffle quarterbacks in and out every play. It's the senior McNeil who has been the starter the last couple of years, and we've been impressed with him when we've seen him before, along with the junior Mason Davis.
2nd and 7 from the 34, 13 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. A handoff from Davis, as it will be taken by Beck, and he'll get out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 2, and he'll bring up 3rd down and 5, as that will bring an end to the end of the first quarter. So a 25-0 lead for the Pierre Governors here after the first quarter in the homecoming game against the Huron Tigers. 4 touchdown passes for Lincoln Keenels on 4 drives for the Pierre Governors. Huron trying to get their 5th drive in for a score to try and get back in this game. 25-0 to score after the first quarter. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping is who you should call as we enter the fall season. They can make sure your lawn makes it through the tough South Dakota winters. They can help with the fall cleanup, winterize that sprinkler system so that it can be ready to go in the spring. And once the snow starts to fly, they can help with that too. Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, helping customers year-round. Call Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
It will be 3rd down and 5 here for the Huron Tigers to open up the second quarter. McNeil will hand the ball off, and to the first down marker, near the first down marker, will be Llewellyn Clark as he'll get to the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's 4th down and 1.
Yeah, and again, they just Tigers continue to probe the interior of that line, and they're having some success going right over top of the center between the guards and set themselves up in 4th and short, and down 26-0 early in the second quarter. Tigers don't have anything to lose. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
So here is the 4th down snap, and it is bobbled and dropping on it. Had to be the quarterback for the Huron Tigers, so it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Governors, moving from right to left, will have a better field position, a really good field position here to start this next drive.
Yeah, and a break for the Governors. Davis back in that pistol formation, likely gonna take the snap and try to do a quarterback sneak, but a bad snap hits the ground, and Davis doesn't have any choice but to fall on it to keep the Governors from recovering the fumble, possibly picking up and advancing it. And so the Governors take the ball over inside of the Huron Tiger territory.
Keno's look to pass. He'll throw it downfield looking for Merquan. It's up. It's a jump ball forward. A flag comes in, and Jack Merquan, it falls incomplete, but it will be a penalty flag, and the Governors will have a 15-yard pass interference call that will allow them to have a first down and be 1st and 10 from the now 12-yard line, around maybe the 14-yard line.
Yeah, 15-yard penalty will move that ball down to about the 22-yard line. Again, one of the differences between high school and college and pro ball, it's not where the penalty happens, 15 yards for pass interference on the high school level. And so the Tigers get a little bit of a break right there, because if Llewellyn Clark doesn't get into a hand fight and start tugging on Merquan's jersey, Merquan might have had his 3rd touchdown of the half.
And I was adding 25 instead of 15 to 37, or subtracting it. Here's Keno's a pass over the middle. The catch is going to be made near the end zone, but it's going to be down at the 1-yard line. Cade Kaiser makes the catch. A gain of 21 for Kaiser, and his 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We didn't see a lot of Kaiser after his initial touchdown pass. Didn't see a lot of him on the field in those next couple of drives, but good to see him back on the field and seeing Keenholz go back to him, and he takes the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line on that catch.
So Kaiser with 2 catches for 40 yards, 20 yards each on each catch. 236 yards passing for Lincoln Keenholz so far. Keenholz looked to pass here on 1st and goal from the 2. He'll throw over the middle in the back of the end zone. Jack Merquan makes the catch. Hits their grab a little bit less yards for Jack Merquan, but he's got 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. That one of just 2 yards. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, 90 yards for Jack Merquan. And the Governors now lead it 32 to 0 over Huron.
Yeah, and I think, as we were talking earlier today, we really thought that this was going to be a game that certainly had the potential to go back and forth, but the Governors have just come in and just made a statement so far in the first 13 plus minutes of this game.
33-0 now is their score, as Cole Peterson's extra point is up and good, and the Governors are rolling over the Huron Tigers here in the first half with 10:45 to play in the first half. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
As we welcome you back, it is a 33-0 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Huron Tigers. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean as Lincoln Keenels now with his 5 touchdown passes has thrown for 238 yards, 10 of 14 for 238 yards. He has found 6 different receivers. Merquan's got 3 catches for 90 yards, Kaiser with 2 catches for 40, Kruger with 2 catches for 25, Zabel a 27-yard grab, Hansen a touchdown grab of 51 yards, and then Mosier a 5-yard grab for the Governors. 6 different receivers in a quarter and a minute and 15 seconds.
238 yards through 13 minutes. The school record for single-game passing yards, 2018, Garrett Stout, 384. The way this thing's going, that record might be under assault tonight.
Here's Cole Peterson on the kickoff for the Governors, as it will be out towards the end zone, right at the goal line. It will be taken by Beck. He'll come to the near side. He's got a lot of room. The flag comes flying in. He's out to the 40, the 45, crosses midfield. He's at the 40, 35, 30. Dre Burke can't catch him. He's going to go for a touchdown. However, there's a penalty flag all the way back at the 20-yard line, and will probably bring it all the way back. It is a hold on the Tigers, so their first touchdown is going to be taken off the board, and it will go all the way back. It was all the way at the 20-yard line, so those extra 80 yards that ran.
Receiving team number 42.
Ethan Olson
First down.
is the guilty man for the Huron Tigers, and what the Tigers thought they had, maybe they're feeling a little bit better now that the wind gets taken out of their sails again, and that's a tough one for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, and you just get a special teams play, and we've talked about how special teams can really turn the momentum for you sometimes. That was an opportunity for Huron to kind of get something going finally tonight through the first quarter plus, but luckily the Governors catch a break. The holding penalty will push the Tigers back. They will start this drive inside their own 10-yard line.
So they're going to spot it right around the 9, maybe we'll call it from the 10. Yep, they actually moved it back to the 10. So it is first and 10 from their own 10-yard line, moving from left to right with 10:31 left to go here in the first half. A 33-0 lead here for the Pierre Governors over the Huron Tigers. Shotgun formation for McNeil. He'll keep the handoff. He tried to throw it over, and it's going to be on the ground, and the Governors are going to pick the ball right back up. It is not in the end zone for a touchdown because it was going to be for the Pierre Governors. Chase Sarda that grabbed it, but he was on the ground. Otherwise, he could have had a scoop and score of about maybe 2 yards, but Chase Sarda gets the fumble recovery, and the Governors have another turnover from here on, and they're right back in the red zone, now first and goal from the 2-yard line.
And the Governors are just clicking on all cylinders tonight. And that linebacking core that we talked about earlier today, John, when you and I were talking, we expected them to have a big game, and that's exactly what they're doing tonight. Gavin Stotts, Chase Sarda, Deegan Huska, and Austin Foley.
Keenels will look to pass, to throw in the end zone. It's going to be over the head of Matt Hansen, and it falls incomplete. Keenels now 10 of 15 on the evening, 238 yards through the air. Now, the only thing is, you're talking about the record might be under fire. Keenels still got a lot of yards to get, and we're at the point where you might see Keenels might not make it through the end of this first half. We might see Kaiser kind of take over, and of course the running clock is going to be a different story where now Garrett Stout didn't play the second half of that game. However, the running clock will be enacted at the beginning of the second half if the Governors are able to score here, as Keenels will roll to his left. He's going to try and score from the ground. He's going to dive for the end zone. He's in for a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Pierre Governors now lead it 39-0 over the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, and it was a pass play. It was designed as a pass play, and again, good protection from the Governor offensive line allows Keenholz to go through his progressions. Got flushed out of the pocket a little bit, came over to the near side, saw a seam, cut it up the middle, was able to get across the goal line after he got hit by a couple of Tigers, and the Governors are now up 39-0 pending the extra point.
So Cole Peterson trying to make it a 40-0 lead with 10:14 to go here in the first half. That extra point is up, and it is good, 40-0. The Governors lead over the Huron Tigers with still 10:14 to go in the first half. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
All Pro Towing and Repair offers 24/7 light, medium, and heavy towing, jump starts, lockouts, roadside assistance, and recovery. The All Pro Towing and Repair team of professionals offers prompt, courteous, and top-notch services to Central South Dakota. If you find yourself in need of a tow, jump, or lockout, contact All Pro Towing and Repair, 605-669-2075. That's 605-669-2075.
As we welcome you back here at a 40-0 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Huron Tigers. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean. As Greg, this has turned into a rout here, and we're still not even 2 minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to say that I'm dumbfounded, but I certainly did not expect this kind of game. We knew the Governors on homecoming, and I think that's the thing that you had the biggest question about is with all the distractions that go on during homecoming week, what kind of focus did this team have coming into tonight? And boy, they have had every bit of focus going forward so far tonight.
That's a roll for Jaden Beck to have to pick up as he's out to the 15-yard line to the near side. He cuts it all the way from the far side of the near sideline before he's wrapped up and out of bounds at around the 30-yard line, close to being the 30-yard line. And that is where the Huron Tigers will take over as, again, the Governors lead up 40-0 with 10:07 to go here in the first half. And, again, the running clock doesn't start until the second half. So even though we're at the spot here where the running clock would start, you can't have it start yet until we get to the third quarter.
And, again, when Jaden Beck on those kickoff returns, when he's able to get to the edge and turn it upfield with a head of steam, he's a tough guy to bring down, and so he's had some success tonight when he's been able to get to the sideline.
A handoff up the middle for the Huron Tigers, a gain from the 27 to about the 29-yard line. That one was going to be Hernandez. They got the handoff, and it'll bring up a gain, second down and 8 with a gain of 2 from Hernandez.
And the Tigers, again, trying to find some success in the middle of that Governor defensive line. I think the Governors, after having seen that play now probably half a dozen times or so, are beginning to kind of figure that play out, and they did a nice job closing down on that play.
Second and 8 from the 29-yard line, 9:25 left to go here in the first half. A quick strike here the near side. Kranzler's got his first catch, and he will be driven out of bounds by Deacon Huska. And Kranzler on his first catch will get out to around the 37-yard line, and enough for a first down on a gain of about 8. And they're going to call it a first down without the ball even being placed down. A gain of 8 for Kranzler. Again, his first catch of the evening.
And Kranzler, the leading receiver by far on this team, 18 receptions, 299 yards, almost a 17-yard per average catch coming into this game. Also has 3 of the 4 receiving touchdowns for the Tigers.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line. McNeil will pitch it over left side, and this time the pitch was good, but it's still going to be a loss of 5 yards as Deacon Huska got in the backfield quickly. A loss of 3 yards to the 35, and bring up second down and 13.
And the Governors did a nice job defending the option that time as Davis came down as McNeil came down the line and then pitched back at the last second. But nice job not only taking the quarterback out of the play, but then Huska doing his assignment and staying with the running back, nails him for a 3-yard loss.
Second and 13 from the 35 with 8:40 to play here in the first half. Davis will look to pass. He'll throw over the middle. The catch is going to be made and then dropped immediately as the catch was made by Kranzler, and it'll bring up third down and short. Jaden Wiebe made the tackle. It'll be third down and be about 3rd and 2, a gain of 11 on that play.
And Governors have done a nice job to this point, taking Max Kranzler out of the offensive game plan for the Tigers. But this drive, they're going back to him, really trying to involve him for the first time. 2 catches on this drive have resulted in positive yards so far.
Handoff on third down is enough for a first down as the Huron Tigers across midfield, and it will be a gain of several. for Hernandez, I believe it is. They got the handoff, and Austin Foley with the tackle. Got to the Governor 48-yard line.
And where the Tigers have had success in the running game, they continue to run between the guards, just right up the middle, and they've had some success finding that 3, 4, 5 yard kind of play that, again, they, I think, used a lot last week to success up in Aberdeen in that 21-14 victory. 3
receivers here on the near side as Davis will look to pass. He'll throw downfield looking for his man. The catch is made, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Tigers, as it was Deegan Huska trying to track him down. But the Huron Tigers get on the board as Jaden Beck, I believe, was the man that made the catch for Mason Davis, and it is a 48-yard catch to Jaden Beck. And Huron is on the board, down by now 34 with 7:29 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, and that was a play that we hadn't seen yet out of the Tigers. Just a drop back pass out of Mason Davis, and Jaden Beck from the running back position just comes right up the middle, right through the offensive line, and then just runs right down the middle of the field. And the Governors were not able to stay with him, and with that, it was a nice pass from Davis, dropped it right into Beck's arms, and 48 yards later, the Tigers have their first score.
So 40-6, an extra point pending here for the Huron Tigers, who are finally on the board, and they will go for that extra point. Not going to try and go for 2, as it will be Nick Kleinsasser, one of the Huron soccer players, and the kick is up and good, and it is going to be 40-7. The Governors lead it, though, here late in the midway of the point of the first half. 7:29 to go in the second quarter. And on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
A unique boutique photography studio offering family portraits, children, seniors, and even your pets. They're available for weddings, commercial events, and sports photography. Stop in and visit their studio in Pierre, or look over their website at BridgetMPhoto.com. Pictures and memories that will last forever. From Bridget M. Photography in Pierre.
A 7-play drive for the Huron Tigers that went 90 yards, and they are now on the board for the first time here this evening, as it is 40-7. The Governors lead with 7:29 to go here in the first half.
Scores from around 11 AA tonight. Belle Fourche leads Sturgis early in the second quarter, 11-10. Out at Douglas late in the second quarter, it's T Area 49, Douglas 0. Spearfish and St. Thomas More knotted up at 0 midway through the second quarter. Down in Mitchell on their homecoming, Yankton all over the Colonels, 28-0 late in the second quarter. And in Watertown, the Arrows lead Aberdeen Central 17-0 midway through the second quarter.
Kleinsasser has it teed up. First time we see him with a kickoff for the Huron Tigers, as it will be taken for Jaden Wiebe right up the middle of the field to the 30, 35, trying to barrel his way forward. He's down the 39-yard line. The Governors will have good field position for their next drive, looking to go 7 for 7 on scoring drives to open up this ball game. 7:24 left to go in the first half.
And so we'll see how the Governors respond here after having given up not only the 90-yard drive, but also the first points of the night. And so maybe if you're the Governors, maybe what you want to do is just go on one of their time-consuming drives. We saw that down in Yankton, especially in the second half last week. We'll see if they can maybe take some time off the clock and run things down here in the second quarter.
2 receivers on the near side. Jack Merquan makes the catch. As he dropped down to a knee, trying to avoid a hit, but he'll get enough for a first down as he gets to the 44-yard line. A gain for Jack Merquan to open up this drive as first and 10 inside Huron Tiger territory, and the Governors are going right back up to the line.
Yeah, and Tigers in zone coverage, and Merquan got behind the short guy in front of Cottle, the deep zone defender, and a nice throw from Keenholz just dropped it in the middle in that zone.
First and 10 from the Huron 44 with 7 minutes to play here in the first half. 3 receivers to the far side. Keenholz will look to his left. He's going to throw downfield looking for Merquan one more time. And the catch near the goal line. The catch is going to be made for Jack Merquan. Couldn't get in, but he's down around the 5-yard line. A gain of about 40 for Jack Merquan. And he's got now 5 catches for nearing 150 yards on the day.
Yeah, and just a go route from Merkwan just right down the sidelines. He got locked up with Quentin Llewellyn-Clark, who he's been locked up with just about all night long. And Merkwan able to get a step and a nice ball from Keenholz, able to deliver the pass and the completion down inside the red zone. Governor Ball starting this series at the Tiger 5.
So now's a throw for Merkwan again, and that one's going to fall incomplete. First and goal from the 5-yard line. It was a gain of 39 for Merkwan that last catch, as they try to go for him at least one more time to get another touchdown grab. He's got 3 so far on the evening. He's got 5 catches for 141 yards for Jag Merkwan. 299 yards passing for Lincoln Keenholz on 12 of 18 so far this evening. Empty backfield here on second and goal for the 5-yard line. 6:39 to play in the first half. 3 receivers out right side. There's a low snap. Keenholz will pick it up. He's going to roll to his right, still looking. The throw to the back of the end zone. The catch is going to be made. Brock Mosier makes the catch, and the Governors will now lead at 46-7. Brock Mosier's got his first receiving touchdown of the night.
Yeah, and that was just kind of a flood pattern where Merkwan went out. He was the underneath guy, and he actually slipped and fell down. And actually what that did was that opened up Mosier with a little bit extra room in the back of the end zone. And as Keenholz rolled to his right, he saw Mosier come into the clear, and it was just an easy pitch and catch for 7.
66-yard drive for the Pierre Governors. Went 4 plays, just took him 4 plays to do that with an incompletion. Extra point is going to be good from Cole Peterson. It is now 47-7. The Governors lead by 40 again here over the Huron Tigers. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we welcome you back here, the Governors lead it by 40 again, 47-7 over the Huron Tigers. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, as the Governors on homecoming night have kind of left no doubt so far in this first half. And if this is how the score will end in the first half, we'll have a running clock throughout the entire second half. Cole Peterson on the kickoff is a squib kick. It will bounce a couple of times. It will be taken on the far side, and the Huron Tigers still with it on the far side, trying to spin around. I believe that was Jaden Beck out there, and it is going to be at the 29-yard line. He tried to cut it back to the near side, but didn't get very far. And the Huron Tigers, their next drive will start at the 29-yard line, and they've got a lot of work in front of them here. 6:27 to go in the first half, down by 40. Now this game isn't over quite yet. However, they've got to find some touchdowns here. Otherwise, this game will be pretty much over at halftime.
And I think you hit a key point is they've got to get this score down under 35 before halftime, because with that running clock in the second half, it just goes so fast. We saw that out in Douglas.
Handoff. The ball is loose, and it's going to be taken by the Pierre Governors. I believe it's going to be Chase Sarda again, and that's going to have it. Chase Sarda's got his second fumble recovery, and the Governors will have an opportunity to increase that lead past 40 right now.
And again, this is just one of those nights where virtually everything is going right for the Governors, and hardly anything is going right for the Tigers tonight.
Governors have 304 passing yards, just 29 rushing yards so far. However, you look on the other end for the Huron Tigers, they don't have much going for them on the passing side. Well, they got 69 yards of passing, nearing 70 yards rushing, so they've got over 100 yards of total offense. Keenholz will look to pass here on first down. Pocket collapses. He'll scramble to his left. He's going to throw for the corner of the end zone. Nearly intercepted as he was looking for Matt Hansen, but it will be taken by, it was knocked away by Cash and Caldwell for the Huron Tigers.
And as the pocket collapsed, Keenholz rolled over here to his left. He had Hansen open just inside the pylon, on the near pylon, and just had an opportunity. But a nice play by Caldwell, Caudwell, 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 to close and make the pass breakup.
Keno's will look to pass here on 2nd and 10. Steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle. The catch is made by Hansen. He's wrapped up inside the 5-yard line. And it will be a gain of about 15 to the 4-yard line. And the Governors have 1st and goal with 6:06 to go in the first half.
Just a crossing route from Matt Hansen coming from the near side, and he was wide open going right across the middle, and Keenholz just sat in the pocket. Again, a lot of credit to the Governor offensive line, giving him that kind of time to just sit back and wait for those receivers to come open.
So 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Keenholz will look to pass again. He'll throw, catch, and it's going to be thrown through the hands of Matt Hansen. Thought maybe he's going to have another touchdown grab, but it will fall incomplete. And it's 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line with 5:45 left to go here in the first half.
3 touchdown receptions so far for Merquan, 1 for Hansen, 1 for Kaiser, 1 for Mosier, and then the 5-yard touchdown run for Keenholz have accounted for the 7 touchdowns on the night.
2nd and goal from the 5. This is where Keenholz scored the last time when he scrambled his way in the end zone. Keenholz look to pass again. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw. Instead, he pulls it back down. Now he throws it back of the end zone. The catch is going to be made, and it's going to be Trey Lewis that makes the catch. And Trey Lewis, his first varsity touchdown for the Pierre Governors. And the Governors now lead at 53-7 with 5:37 left to go here in the first half.
And we've talked about how this is just a pass-heavy offense, and that's exactly what they're showing tonight. And that passing offense is just clicking on all cylinders tonight. And give Lincoln Keenholz a lot of credit. He bought a lot of time with his feet on that play, rolled to his left, was able to square the shoulders at the last second, found Trey Lewis in the back of the end zone for the touchdown.
Cole Peterson's extra point is up and good, 54-7. The Governors lead over the Huron Tigers with 5:37 left to go in the first half. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of area athletes and their fans. Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows it takes hard work to achieve success in sports and the support of great people. That's why Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre is the place for all of your feed, seed, animal health, and grilling needs. They work hard for the community and are thankful for the support of their great customers. Visit Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre, 504 Deadwood Street. Sioux Nation supports area athletes.
It is a 54-7 lead for the Pierre Governors here with just 5:37 to go in the first half. The Governors are all over this Huron Tiger team, and John Wickler alongside Greg Dean, and we keep mentioning it. This was not really foreseen. We know that the Governors can do this, but the way that Huron has played the last couple of weeks, you just felt like the way that Huron has played, that the Governors were going to be in a good fight throughout this game, but they've taken the fight to Huron, and they've had no answer for it. That's going to roll all the way to the sideline, and it will be grabbed by Huron and actually have to step out of bounds before the ball went actually out of bounds. It was grabbed by Ethan Olson, because if it would have gone out of bounds, it would have been a penalty. However, because the Governors were that close to get it, Olson had to grab it, and then he just stepped out of bounds to keep himself from getting drilled.
Yep. Yeah, he had about 3 Governors breathing down his neck when he picked up the ball, and just a smart play. Probably the kind of play you make when you're down 54-7.
So now here is the Huron Tigers from their own 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for Huron, down 54-7 with 5:37 left to go in the first half. McNeil will hand it off. A good cut back here the near side, and a good run to start this drive for the Tigers. Jaden Beck will get outside and taken out of bounds, driven out of bounds at the 43-yard line, a gain of 21 for Beck on that first down run.
And that shows you the kind of running back that Jaden Beck is he had a nice hole on the near side, was able to come off tackle, and then just made a move to the 85, and he's got some decent speed, and so when he's able to get to the edge and turn the corner, he's not an easy kid to bring down.
54-7, 5:31 to go here in the first half. Mason Davis now the quarterback here for the Huron Tigers. Shotgun formation. Davis will look to pass. He'll throw, looking downfield, looking for Beck. It's up in the air. Huska will get called for a pass interference call, but he was trying to hand fight his way and broke up the pass attempt. But I believe they're going to nail him for a defensive pass interference.
And that was the same play that Huron scored the touchdown on earlier in the quarter, just running back out of the backfield right down the middle, and he was running stride for stride.
Defense number 24, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
So 15 yards from where the 42-yard line was spotted, so it will be inside Governor territory now at their 42-yard line. So from the Huron 42 to the Governor 42, and it's 1st and 10 here for the Tigers with 5:24 to go in the first half. Again, a 54-7 lead. Governors are comfortably in that spot to have a running clock to start in the second half, but they still want to see this defense play well. They have been this entire game. A handoff up the middle, and it will be into the 39-yard line for the Huron Tigers, a gain of 3. And it'll bring up second down and about 7. They're going to spot him just right around the 40-yard line. So it will bring up second and 8.
And that was the dive play that triggers the option, and Beck on the carry right up the middle again. About 3 yards, but again, that's kind of how this Huron Tiger offense is built. It's just, you don't want to say 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but it's 3, 4, 5 yards at a time, trying to put together those long, time-consuming drives. But the clock is their enemy right now, down 54-7 late in the second quarter.
A handoff, spinning off of one tackler, and then driven down around the 36-yard line, maybe 37-yard line. And it'll bring up third down and manageable here. Jaden Beck got the next handoff. And it will bring up third down and about 3. Third down and 4, we'll call it to the 36-yard line. A gain of about 4 for Beck. Third and 4 from the 36 with 4:10 to go here in the first half. Governors lead at 54-7. They have scored on every single drive of the Governors, 8 for 8. They forced 3 different fumbles, a turnover on downs. And oh, by the way, at the beginning of the game, it was 3 plays, a punt, 3 plays, a punt, 3 plays, a punt, 3 and outs. And then a false start penalty is going to be called against the Huron Tigers as one of the Governors moved on the defensive line. Elliot DeVries is called for it. The Governor at the line, didn't see who it was, basically moved his foot and kind of shifted a little bit. Didn't cross the line of scrimmage, didn't bait the offensive lineman into moving, but as soon as he with them.
Yeah, and a nice break for the Governors, puts the Tigers in 3rd and long, and this is a situation that really kind of takes the Tigers out of their comfort zone. They don't like these 3rd and long situations, and so far tonight they've not had a lot of consistent success in trying to nail down these 3rd down conversions.
So it's now 3rd and 9 from the 41-yard line with 3:30 to go here in the first half. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers left side. A quick throw. That's going to be almost intercepted. Nearly intercepted as went through the hands of Jaden Wiebe, and he had the opportunity to get the next turnover for the Pierre Governors, but it will be now 4th down. And it'll be 4th down and 9. It looks like the Huron offense is going to stay out there and try and go for it.
Yeah, and a ball that was just out of the reach of Max Kranzler as he's running a post route across the middle, and Wiebe broke on the ball and made a nice cut on the ball. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to hold on as he went to the ground and hold on to the interception, and so puts the Tigers still with some breath of life here. 4th and long, 4th and 8, or actually 4th and 9 from the Governor 41.
2 receivers on each side here for McNeil as he'll look to pass. Davis looking to pass. He'll throw and overthrows his intended receiver, and it falls incomplete. And the Governors will have another turnover on downs, and they can go back to work trying to get one more score here before the end of the first half. 54-7 is their score with 3:17 to go in the in the first half. And Huron's probably hoping it was the fourth quarter right now because this Governor team has been all over them, and as many times as they've scored on their drives, Huron's probably feel like it's the fourth quarter because they just cannot get off the field defensively with any kind of stops. And it will be the Governors now from their own 41-yard line to take over with 3:17 left to go in the half. They will also get the ball to start the second half. Lincoln Keenel still the quarterback here for the Pierre Governors. A handoff for Mosier. He's trying to slip through a tackler, but he's going to be wrapped up in a big loss, as it'll be a loss of about 3, as it was Ethan Remington that came in to make the stop for the Huron Tigers.
And the Governors may be just content to just kind of let this clock run as we pass the 3-minute mark until halftime. But maybe trying to just let the clock run that running game, and see if they can chew up the rest of this quarter before they go into the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, 2nd and 15, a loss of 5 back to the 36-yard line. Mosier goes in motion. He'll come back to the backfield. They go to handoff and looking to go outside the right tackle, and they do. Mosier will get those 5 yards back, +2. He'll get a gain of 7 to the 43-yard line, and they'll bring up 3rd down and 8 here for the Governors.
And first time I think we've seen that play out of the Governors this year, where they bring Mosier all the way across the formation, and then he does a 180 and come back, and then it's almost like a jet sweep at that point, and so he's got a full head of steam, and then just able to get to the edge, picked up 7 yards on the run for the sophomore 5'7", 150-pound running back.
3rd and 8, Keno's back to pass again. He'll almost slip as he was stepping up in the pocket. Then his throw will miss the receiver. Diving for it was Kaiser. And it'll bring up 4th down. It looks like the Governors will punt the ball away for the first time here this evening. So they went 8 for 8 to start, but can't go 9 for 9 with touchdown drives. The last time they did that in a half was against Yankton back in 2019, where they had that 9 for 9 start in the first half and led 63-0 over the Bucks and ended up winning 63-0.
That may be a ball that Keno's wishes he had back. He just led Cade Kaiser by about a half step. If he makes that throw one more time, he probably is able to make that completion for the first down.
A line drive punt from Keno's here to the near side. There's a huge block on the near side, and there's no flag coming in quite yet. And if you're as the man that got hit for the Governors was Lucas Jones, and boy, I'm surprised there's no flag. That's the type of stuff that football's trying to get rid of. I'm not trying to single out the Huron Tiger player that did it, but that's a hit that, again, is trying to be eliminated from the game of football to eliminate any kind of injuries, because that's not going to feel. Jones is not going to feel good tomorrow with that. He's going to be probably a little sore from that hit. That was a huge hit on a blindside block.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Steve Steele is talking to the referees about right now. Is Jones did not have his head around, and the Huron Tiger punt return blocker just poleaxed him and put him into the ground. And you could tell that even though Jones is up, he's got his helmet off on the sidelines. Casey Michelson is over talking to him. Luckily, I think he's going to be okay.
McNeil's pass, that one is batted down by Dre Burns right around the line of scrimmage, and that will fall incomplete. And it's now 2nd and 10 as Huron is in Governor territory at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 10 with 1:43 left to go. Huron with still 2 timeouts. They're in desperate need of trying to score here against this Pierre Governor team down 54-7. Running clock will start in the second half right away with a 47-point lead right now for the Governors.
Yeah, and regardless of whether the Tigers score here or not, in all likelihood, unless we get some kind of crazy situation where Huron is able to score a couple of times and get this down under 35, it will be a running clock at least to start the second half.
As it is Davis to throw, and he's going to miss his receiver going to the far side, and it'll bring up now 3rd down. And we've seen both quarterbacks go now 2 for 7 so far. It was Dylan Lichty, the intended receiver, but 2 for 7 for both the guys, 4 for 14 overall, 59 yards for Davis and only 10 yards for McNeil. But it is now 3rd down and 10 from the 46-yard line with 1:39 left to go here in the first half, as McNeil will take this 3rd down play with the clock stopped right now here. As hey, there's still potentially some time for the Governors to go down the field one more time and try and score and extend this lead going into halftime. 3rd and 10 from the 46-yard line. We expect that McNeil would pass here on 3rd and 10. 3 receivers out to the left side of McNeil. Kranzler on the near side. They're looking for Kranzler. They're going to throw Wiebe his way. He bats it down. Good play from Jaden Wiebe. We've seen Wiebe take on most of the best guys for the other team, and Wiebe backed away right before the snap and then was able to watch that ball all the way in. At the last second, got his hand up to knock it away.
Yeah, it went stride for stride and had good coverage on Kranzler, and it was actually a nice ball from Mason Davis down the near sideline, and Kranzler actually had Wiebe beat by about a half a step, but Wiebe able to rise up and high point the ball at the very last second and knock it away.
So now punt from the Huron Tigers upcoming from the Governor 46-yard line with 1:34 left to go here in the first half. So a punt, a little nice high punt. Wiebe calls for the fair catch. He'll make the fair catch inside the 15-yard line. And the Governors will see here with just under 90 seconds, a minute 27 left to go. We'll see if maybe the Governors want to try and go down the field one more time and put some more points on the board.
8 touchdown drives for the Governors so far in this first half. 7 touchdown passes for Lincoln Keenholz, plus a rushing touchdown for the junior quarterback. Had a hand in all 8 touchdowns for the Governors so far tonight.
So Lincoln Keenholz now back out, potentially his last drive as the quarterback for the Governors in this ball game. 3 receivers out to the right side. A handoff up the middle as the Governors will look to try and get something moving here on the first down play. As Brock Mosier.
I think that might have been Trey Lewis.
Yeah, Trey Lewis will get the handoff. His first run of the night. And it'll be a gain of 9 for the Governors. The down marker still standing all the way back at the around the 19-yard or around the 11-yard line. Here's Lincoln Keenholz again, a handoff for Lewis. He gets to the 25. He'll get around near the 30-yard line with 50 seconds left to go, and the clock will stop momentarily for the chains to reset. A gain of about 6 or so for Trey Lewis.
It's good to see Trey Lewis getting some game time action. We saw him a little bit last week, coming off of I believe it was a knee injury that he had during baseball season that required surgery, and so took him out of commission through the first half of this football season. Had a little action last year as a freshman, but good to see him going back to the field right now.
Merquan make the catch on the screen pass. He's going to try and cut it back towards the numbers. He's still moving. He's at the 50-yard line, stays in bounds. There goes Merquan down the sideline, trying to cut it back again. Breaks another tackle, and Jack Merquan is going to take it all the way to the house for a touchdown. And the Pierre Governors score again. All the way from the 29-yard line down for a touchdown, a gain of 71. Another touchdown play from Lincoln Keenholz to Jack Merquan. The Governors now lead it 60-7 with 16 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and just a bubble screen that came out here to the near side. It was not a go route, just a bubble screen, and Merquan broke a couple of tackles initially right at the line of scrimmage, was able to get down the sidelines, and then he was able to evade and break a couple of more tackles down the field, and then it was just a foot race to the end zone, and so credit that one to Jack Merquan. It was about a 2-yard completion and then about 69 yards after the catch.
So a gain of 79 for Jack Merquan, who will now have over 200 yards receiving and 394 yards passing for Lincoln Keenholz, which I believe is a new school record for passing yards in a game. And he did it with 16 seconds left to go in the half.
And the fourth touchdown reception of the night for Jack Merquan.
So 212 yards receiving now that I have for Jack Merquan, as the Governors took just 3 plays on that drive to go down the field, and they now lead it 61-7 over the Huron Tigers with just 16 seconds left to go here in the first half.
9 touchdowns in the first half for the Governors. That we've not seen that since that Yankton game of 2019. That when the Governors led 63-0 at halftime, ended up being the final score. But again, similar. The Governors really hitting on all cylinders tonight.
As Cole Peterson will kick it deep for the Governors. Again, with now just 15 seconds left, Beck will try and get from the far side of the near side. He's out to the 25-yard line, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And the Governors with a big lead. And I think some of the Pierre Governors not happy with something going on right around the sideline. But it will bring up 1st and 10 from around the 30-yard line with 8 seconds left to go here in the first half. And the Governors are leading by 54 over this Huron Tiger team. A big advantage for this Governor team in the first half. 61-7 is our score. A handoff, and that should do it at the end of the first half. A gain of about 4 for Wallman, and that will bring it to the end of the first half. So the Governors get themselves a big lead at the end of the first half. 61-7 over the Huron Tigers here at the break. What a first half for the Pierre Governors. 9 touchdowns, 8 touchdown passes, and 1 touchdown run for Lincoln Keenels as the Governors lead it 61-7 here at the break. Back in 3 minutes with halftime stats. Well, there's a lot of stats to tell you about. The Governors lead at 61-7. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
It is time to control noxious weeds. Do you have a control plan in place? If not, contact your local weed and pest supervisor to help you set up a plan. Effort now will save you time and money in the future. This is Paul Johnson, South Dakota State University Extension Weed Science Coordinator, asking for your support to get this statewide noxious weed problem under control.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
When a disaster damages your home or business, you need immediate support from experts you can count on. ServiceMaster is there for your burst and leaking pipes, basement flooding, drying and dehumidification, roof leaks and failures, carpet and upholstery. We know your situation is unique. That's why we give every type of damage in every building the individual attention of certified experts who have the real-world experience to come up with the best solution. No type of damage is too big or too small for us to handle. We're standing by 24/7. Call ServiceMaster 844-902-2938.
We welcome you back here to Hollister Field, and what a first half it was for the Pierre Governors. They lead it 61-7 over the Huron Tigers, as it was Lincoln Keenels, the offense. We're going to talk about the defense here in just a little bit because they helped to facilitate what Lincoln Keenels and the rest of the offense did. But Lincoln Keenels, 16 of 25 for 394 yards, 8 touchdown passes, and then 18 yards rushing with a 5-yard touchdown rush. He was part of all 9 touchdowns for the Pierre Governors. 8 touchdown passes in the game. 4 to Jack Merquan. Half of them gone to Jack Merquan. 1 to Kaiser, 1 to Hanson, 1 to Mosier, and 1 to Trey Lewis as the Governors lead at 61-7 here at the first half. Greg, I don't think we have enough time to even talk about how impressive that first half was before we even get to the end of this game. But this Pierre Governor offense has just been on fire the entire night.
And that's the thing. It's just phenomenal. I mean, you know, you have 300 and almost 400 yards passing from Lincoln Keenels in the first half alone. There are some high school programs throughout the country, not just in South Dakota, but throughout the country, that might not get 400 yards passing in an entire season. I mean, that's just how good this offense has been. And on the flip side, let's talk about how good the defense has been. I mean, they have really limited the Huron Tigers, and we heard Steve Steele talk in the pregame talk about the fact that Huron just likes to grind things out, and I think the defense set the tone early with 3 3-and-outs in the first 3 drives that Huron had in the first quarter.
And, there's not a whole lot of guys that go both ways for this Pierre Governor team, and that also leads to these guys being probably a little bit more tired because they get off the field and they go right back on the field. Now, granted, they get a little boost of energy because the Governors just scored. However, it's not easy to go right back on the field and get another stop and get another stop and get another stop. They've allowed one scoring drive all game, and the Governors have scored 8 out of the 9 times they've had the ball, 9 out of the 10 times they've had the ball, where Huron scored once at the 11 times they had the ball. Granted, that one play was the 11th drive that end of the half, but 1 out of 10 times where Huron didn't even have 10 drives all game last week and won 34-24.
Well, and let's just do a quick look. I mean, and the Governors are doing it with the big play. I mean, that's kind of the MO of this offense and has been all year. 20-yard touchdown pass to Kaiser, 43-yard touchdown pass to Merquan, 51-yard touchdown pass to Hansen, 45-yard touchdown pass to Merquan, a 2-yarder to Merquan, a 5-yard run for Keenholz, a 5-yard pass to Mosier, a 5-yard pass to Lewis, and then the 71-yarder right before halftime. And so the fact that the Governors had 10 drives, I mean, touched the ball 10 different times in 24 minutes, that's phenomenal. I mean, that just shows how quickly this offense can get up and down the field. I mean, if this were a basketball game, you'd call this an up and down, fast break kind of offense, and that's really exactly what they're doing tonight.
The Governors, as we go through the stats here, 440 to 148, the Governors are leading in offense. 394 yards passing, 16 25 for Lincoln Keenholz, which is a school record for passing yards in a game. Lincoln Keenholz has 3 rushes for 18 yards and a touchdown run. Let's go through all the passing totals because we've got 7 different guys that have caught a pass. Kate Kaiser's caught 2 for 40 yards. Jack Merquan, and he's also got a touchdown grab. Jack Merquan's caught 6 grabs, 4 touchdowns on those 6 grabs, 212 yards receiving, 27 yards for Jet Zabel on his only catch. Matt Hansen's got 2 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown. Brock Mosier's got 2 catches for 10 yards and a touchdown. Brecken Kruger's got 2 grabs for 25 yards, and Trey Lewis, his first catch of the season, goes for a 5-yard touchdown grab, and that is the stats for the Governors. Lewis also 15 yards on 2 carries. Brock Mosier 13 yards on 5 carries for the Pierre Governors. You look at the side for the Huron Tigers, the one big play, which was a 48-yard touchdown grab from Jaden Beck, has been a lot of their offense. 30 yards for Beck on the ground on 7 carries, 45 yards for Llewellyn Clark on 6 carries, 5 yards for Hernandez on 3 carries, -3 yards for Davis, who has fumbled the ball once, and McNeil, the only time that he gets credit for rushing attempts is he's fumbled the ball twice. So he's got 2 rushes and 2 fumbles. And then passing-wise, McNeil is 2 for 8 for 10 yards, and Davis is 2 for 7 for 59 yards. And those catches, Kranzler with 2 grabs for 19 yards, Beck with a 48-yard touchdown catch, and Hernandez has a 2-yard reception. That's all we've seen from this Huron Tiger team. And Greg, as we look at the passing total, they've probably passed a little bit more than they've wanted to, but rushing-wise, they haven't been able to get things going. They've had one big play, and as Steele talked about last week, or the last couple of weeks, you give up a big play, and then you shut it down after that. And that's what the Governors have done again against this Huron Tiger team.
And again, the defense has played really well. Give a lot of credit to, and it's the linebackers that tend to get the headlines. I mean, we've already got a fumble recovery from Gavin Stotts. I think there's 2 fumble recoveries from Chase Sarda. We've seen Dre Burnt and Josh Strand and Deegan Huska. We've called their name a fair amount, but that all gets set up by the play of the front 3 of Jaden Floor and Gary Nedved and Hayden Espy and Alexander Pickard and the big guys up front, because what they do is they control that line of scrimmage and allow those linebackers to make those plays. And so this defense is really playing well again for the fifth week in a row and has put the Governors in a position to be up 61-7, likely on their way to the fifth consecutive victory.
And it'll be a running clock in the second half, but we'll have more of the halftime report coming up here in just a little bit. Back in 3 minutes. You listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Let Country Carpet and Flooring help you update your home or office with the latest fashion trends. With over 30 years of experience, we can help you find the right flooring or window treatments for your needs. Stop down to 414 East Sioux Avenue or call for an appointment at 224-9297 for your free consultation and estimate. Go Govs!
This fall, sip on a warm, soothing apple cider and bathe in the radiance of the changing colors before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for fall sports. Stop for goal line stands, holler for a game-winning ace, and go berserk for a chip-in from the rough. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
Faith Lutheran Church prays for God's blessings to all of our athletes and their families. We're proud of the commitment and dedication that you give to your team. We would love for you to join us and celebrate the successes that God gives to us on the field, in the classroom, and throughout our lives. You can worship with us at Faith Lutheran Church on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 a.m., on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., or you can watch online at faithluth.com/livestream.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierre say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Governors lead it 61-7 as we welcome you back here at halftime. And Pierre is putting the hurt to the Huron Tigers. And Greg, you mentioned something. You said it that sometimes these teams, high school teams across the country, don't see nearly 400 passing yards an entire season. We're talking about this performance being like the 2019 Pierre Governors when they beat the Yankton Bucks. Most teams don't have anything like that they can even compare it to. But here we are with the Pierre Governors just 2 years later comparing this game to another game that you scored 9 times in the first half and have such a huge lead over a Double-A team that had some confidence coming in this game. Yankton 2 years ago felt like they were going to be the team to knock off Pierre. Maybe the Huron wasn't saying, well, overconfident, but Huron was playing better than what they were the last couple of weeks. From the first part of the weeks to the last couple of weeks, they've been playing a lot better. They got shell-shocked pretty quick, and they never recovered from it.
Yeah, and the Governors putting 4 touchdowns on the board in the first quarter jumped out to that 26-0 lead, and I think really had Huron back on their heels. And then the Governors didn't take their foot off the gas at all in the second quarter. Added another 6 touchdowns to the mix, and have gone up 61-7 here at halftime.
And we'll see now where Greg, you're going to be put to work here in the second half because we're going to have a lot of guys coming into this game that are not the usual starters. We're going to see a lot of second and third string guys throughout the second half with a 54-point lead. This Governor team will be using quite a few backups, different reserves. we might see. We won't see Lincoln Keno's at quarterback. I don't think there's any way you see him at quarterback, even to open up the first drive of the second half. They're going to go with at least someone else, whether it's Kate Kaiser or maybe even Jacob Mayer, the throwback there as well. We'll see what happens, but this Governor team will have and halfway point of the season. Do you like the fact that you get your starters out at halftime? I think that's a yes and no answer, but you can't. You don't want to leave your starters out there because then you're just testing to try and maybe see if these guys get hurt. You don't want these guys getting hurt at any point, especially with this game where it is right now.
And I think that's a ripe comparison going back to 2019, as dominant as that team was. And right now, we talked about the fact that in 2019, virtually the starters on that 2019 up until the state championship game did not play a full game of football that year because they were out of the game at some point in the second half of every game leading up to the state championship game. And so if you can compare any group of players to that 2019 Governor football team, I mean, that's a statement. I mean, and I think that's right now, that's exactly what this Governor team is saying to the rest of 11AA. I mean, we're here to make a statement about where we're at right now in week 5 in week 6 of this football season. And we knew even early on that this was going to be a team that was likely going to get better with each passing week, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now.
And Governors lead at 61-7 here at halftime, honoring some of the seniors on other teams outside of football with it being a homecoming. Governors, this is a homecoming game that a lot of coaches, and Coach Steele said it, it's kind of a cliche answer, but he likes when it's over. There's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of chances for these guys to not be ready to go for the football game, and you got to think that a effort like this would put a smile on any coach, especially being homecoming week, because it just kind of reinforces the fact that your guys were focused, your guys were ready to go for this game.
And you hear coaches talk a lot about focus and just being dialed in and whatever Steve Steele and the rest of the coaching staff did to get ready for this game, if they could bottle it and sell it, they would probably be able to retire within a matter of days, because this team has come out hungry. They've come out with a fire in their eye, and they're just doing everything right tonight. I mean, or virtually everything right tonight. I mean, there's going to be a few teaching moments on the film as they go back to look at things when they start looking at film Sunday night and into Monday. But I tell you what, there's a ton more positives than there are negatives right now.
61-7 lead for the Pierre Governors. Back in 3 minutes with the start of the second half. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Confidence, professional care, experience, and diverse care for all ages are what you should be looking for in dental care. And that's exactly what you'll receive from Dr. Monty Bechtold and Dr. Murray Thompson at Pierre Dental Clinic. You can expect friendly, caring staff who are concerned about your dental health and offer you complete confidence with routine checkups, early morning appointments, emergency treatment, and the latest in dental technology. Local dental treatment, all at Pierre Dental Clinic. Call 224-5355 or stop by their office at 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre still wants your trade or your spare vehicle, and we're willing to give you top dollar, and we'll throw in an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Sell us your car, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Trade in your vehicle for a new or different one, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit GatewayFordToyota.com.
At Purus, we play to win, which led to being named the most innovative food company of 2021. For over 30 years, we have worked to develop the highest quality peas for plant-based protein on the market, which is sourced from several South Dakota farmers. Our alliance with farmers allows us to build a safe and secure food supply in the United States. Join our Herald production team and make moves, because at Purus, it's not just a job, it's a career. Apply online, PURIS.com. Purus, born and bred in the USA.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
Slumberland Furniture invites you to stop in and check out their newly refurbished mattress and bedding section, now titled Sleep Solutions. Slumberland has really pulled out all the stops in this area with a selection of memory foam, innerspring, or hybrid, and exacting descriptions of their many choices, plus newly added enhancers to complete your sleeping experience. And don't forget, great specials as well. Slumberland Furniture's grand opening of their Sleep Solutions area, now at Slumberland on the truck bypass in Pierre, and check out slumberland.com.
Start of the second half, Pierre Governors lead at 61-7. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean.
Scores from around 11 AA late in the third quarter. Sturgis now leads Belle-Fourche 24-14 at Douglas T area, all over the Patriots, 63-0. That late in the fourth quarter. St. Thomas More has a 7-0 lead over Spearfish midway through the third quarter. Yankton doing a number on the Colonels, leading Mitchell 35-0 halfway through the third. And Watertown all over Aberdeen Central late in the third quarter, 24-0.
Governors lead at 61-7. It'll be a running clock throughout the entire second half as the Govs have that 54-point lead over the Huron Tigers as they're going to be on cruise control. I wouldn't say cruise control. I don't think Coach Steele will let this, and the rest of the coaching staff will let this be cruise control for the Pierre Governors, especially those second-string guys that will get a chance to work. And why would you want to be on cruise control? These second-string guys got a chance to go out and show something here in varsity football. Go ahead. Yeah, a couple other scores from around the area. Harriet Selby area leading Sully Buttes 48-6. That in the third quarter, and Lyman is leading Kadoka 36-16. That late in the fourth. So here is the kickoff. It's a short kick from Klein Sasser as it'll be grabbed by the Governors right up the middle of the field. Jacob Mayer is the one that had it. He's still on his feet. He's going to try and get through, but then they finally blow the whistle dead for the forward progress being stopped. But Jacob Mayer will take it out to the 35-yard line. So a good return there from the junior Mayer. So it will have Kate Kaiser be the quarterback. Figured that he'd probably get at least a couple snaps, and we'll see if he stays out for the entire second half or if maybe we'll have the Governors will be switching out a couple different quarterbacks. I would think Kaiser would be that guy. However, we might see Jake Mayer go back there and be the quarterback sometime in the second half. But Kaiser will get the start at the QB spot here to open up the third quarter as they work it from around the 35-yard line. Broken play to open up that first down. Kaiser turned all the way around and could not figure out where the running back was going to. Trey Lewis was back there, and Kaiser had to spin a circle and ended up picking up positive yards as he got to the 41-yard line, a gain of about 4 for Kaiser. Not the way you probably drew it up, but still a gain of 4. Yeah, and sometimes coming into a game like this where you're putting together an offensive unit, it's not necessarily your JV team that is out there as you're mixing and matching players, and so lends itself maybe to a little bit of confusion on that play. Trey Lewis gets the handoff. He'll pick up 1 yard to the 42-yard line, and it'll bring up third down and 5. Lewis now 16 yards on 3 carries for this Governor team. Again, running clock throughout the second half. The Governors lead it by 54. By the time they either have this third down play or pick up a first down or have ourselves 2 minutes taken off the clock, Lewis will get the pitch from Kaiser. 9-yard line. It looks like we're going to have maybe a 45-yard line, a gain of 3. And it'll bring up fourth down and 2, but it will bring up punting here for the Governors. Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see the JV special teams unit on for the Governors. This will be Elodio Simental, the 525-pound freshman, who will be doing the kicking for the Governors. So as the Tigers will get the ball here after a 3-and-out for the Pierre Governors, second-string offense. The snap, and we'll see how this punt is. It is a high kick, and it will take a Governor hop, though. It'll take a couple of rolls. So wasn't maybe the hang time was good. The amount of distance it went at the first time, it ended up going all the way and took a big roll all the way to the 32-yard line, 33-yard line.
Yeah, punt of about 22 yards for Simmental. So nice job for him. First play of his varsity career.
So as the Huron Tigers, after the punt from the Pierre Governors, now will have the ball at their own 33-yard line. McNeil will hand it off. Jaden Beck will start to get through, but he's going to only get to the 35-yard line, a gain of 2, and a good job there by the defense for the Pierre Governors. Getting Josh Strand involved to be able to make that tackle and keeping Beck from only picking up just 2 yards.
Governors have the starting defense out to start this third quarter. Huron has their starting offensive unit out for at least for this first drive of the second half.
61-7, Governors lead here to open up the third quarter, but already 8:15 left to go in this third quarter. A handoff up the middle for Hernandez. For Llewellyn Clark. Pickup of a couple to the 38-yard line. It'll be up now 3rd down and 5.
Tigers ran that dive play, kind of the first part of that option play. We haven't seen them carry out that option very much tonight. I mean, they've run that dive play into the middle a number of times. They've had some success, and that's where they've had the most success running the ball tonight, is right in between the guards.
3rd and 5 here for Huron. Look at the pass, the throw over the middle. Deegan Huskill will break it up, and it will fall incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. McNeil took the pass attempt for the Huron Tigers. He is now 2 for 9 in a punting situation for the Huron Tigers. And again, even though it's an incomplete pass with a running clock, it will continue to roll with 7:15 now to go in this third quarter.
Pass intended for Dylan Lichty of the Tigers, 5'9", 140-pound junior split end. So the Governors hold the Tigers to a 3-and-out to start the second half.
Coming in late is going to be Josh Rydberg. And here is a punt. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be a penalty. Jade Weeby made the catch, and he got hit immediately. Weeby got hit. I don't know if he called for a fair catch or not. Maybe he didn't, but I don't know if they even gave him enough room to make the catch. I don't know how he made the catch because he got hit as he was making the catch, but no flag comes out. And I think that's probably the second one that the Governors would like to be called, just for the simple fact that, again, that's a dangerous play. That could lead for some injuries down the road for other guys, not just for the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, and a nice job by Weeby to make sure that he had that ball before, because he literally did get hit just as he caught that ball.
As Cade Kaiser will stiff arm one man, and he's going to get out to around the 35-yard line, where the line of scrimmage was about the 37. He might lose a yard. They'll bring up 2nd down and 11. They're going to spot him at the 36.
Tackle made by Dylan Lichty, the junior cornerback, and Cade McNeil, the senior safety for the Tigers.
You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. 5:40 left to go here in the third quarter. 2nd down 11 from the 36-yard line. 61-7, the Governors lead. A handoff for Lewis, trying to find a hole. He'll go to outside the tackle. He'll avoid being tackled by one guy. Looked like he may be a face mask, but I think the hand was around the shoulder pads, and Lewis gets past the 40-yard line to around the 41. A gain of about 5 for Trey Lewis, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Governors.
Yeah, and a nice run by Lewis. I mean, he was able to run through the first Huron tackler and then carried a couple of other Huron tacklers with him and got about 3 yards after the initial contact and set the Governors up into a 3rd and medium situation.
Under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Again, with the running clock, this second half will go much quicker than how that first half went. Almost an hour and a half for that first half, over an hour and a half, as Kaiser had to reach up to grab that snap. He'll get to the 46-yard line. Another gain of 5, but it'll bring up 4th down and 1, and we'll see if the Governors, I think they're just going to put the ball away where they're at on their own territory. It's 4th down and 1. You're up by 54. A chance to work on your punting unit, second string punting unit. Might as well go out and put the ball away.
Yep, and again, this is a good opportunity to give some of these younger Governor players. I mean, the guys that you're going to see in the next year or two, or maybe 3, in the case of the punter Eladio Simmental, who's only a freshman. Give them an opportunity to get some work in on Friday night underneath the lights.
Much better kick. Fair catch called for, caught around the 22-yard line, and that's where Huron will take over in their next offensive drive. As, again, with the clock continuing to run, we're under 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and the Governors, with that 54-point lead, have put themselves in the spot where, they can take their time. They're okay. They would like to pick up first downs and continue to pick up first downs, but I think Coach Nas, the special teams coach, is probably okay with a lot more punting situations in this game, in this part of the game, than any other time in the entire rest of the year.
Yeah, and a 33-yard punt from Simmental that time. Maybe got the jitters out with that first one a couple minutes ago, and so just a nice kick that time from the freshman.
McNeil handoff to Beck. He'll go outside the right tackle. He's got enough for a first down as he'll be driven out of bounds. The clock will continue, but he'll get from the 22 to around the 35-yard line, a gain of about 13 for the Huron Tigers. Gain of 14 for. Gain of 12 for Beck.
And as we said earlier, when Beck is able to get to the edge and turn up field and square his shoulders, he's got good speed and he's a tough guy to bring down.
1st and 10 from the 34-yard line, 2:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Another handoff up the middle here for the Huron Tigers. It's still moving, still powering his feet as it went out for Llewellyn Clark, as he'll pick up to the 41-yard line, a gain of 7. And Nathan Williams with the tackle for the Governors.
And for the most part, it looks like all of the Governor starters on the defensive side of the ball are now on the sidelines, and so it's likely we will not see the starters for the rest of this game.
2nd and 3 from the 41, 2:05 left to go here in the third quarter. McNeil will look to pass. He's going to scramble. He's going to try and avoid being sacked. Josh Strand will get to him. And Josh Strand with the big sack all the way down to 30, back to the 35. Back to the 35-yard line. A big loss, and bring up 3rd down and 9. A loss of 6.
And we've seen that play a lot from Josh Strand this year, coming off with the blitz off his near side linebacker position, came in unblocked and was able to run down McNeil after McNeil started to feel that pressure and flushed him out to the far side. But Josh Strand able to run him down from behind, and again, Tigers facing 3rd and long here as we get toward the end of the third quarter.
So now it's 3rd down and 9. Davis will throw from inside the pocket. The catch is made, and a hit will pass him past the line of scrimmage, past the first down marker. And Kranzler will have enough for a first down to the 46-yard line, a gain of 11 for Max Kranzler, just his 3rd catch of the evening.
We'll try to get some of these numbers and some of these players on this defensive unit for the Governors. I see number 26, Trey Lewis, out there. We've called his number tonight. We've called Josh Strand tonight. 65, Matthew Brewer, the 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore defensive lineman, is also on the field right now.
1st and 10 from the 46 with under a minute to play here in the third quarter. A handoff and up to the 50-yard line is Llewellyn Clark, as he'll pick up 4 yards, and he's at the midfield mark right now with 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. This might take us to the end of the third quarter.
And tackle was made by number 69. Unfortunately, I don't have a 69 on my roster sheet, and I didn't see one on the program either. So unfortunately, we're not able to make that call right now. He actually was the young man who made the tackle. Lucas Coleman on the field for the Governors, the 6'1", 260-pound sophomore defensive lineman as well right now.
Final second, last play here of the third quarter. The throw, and it will be dropped. Well, they're going to call it incomplete, and that's how the third quarter will come to an end. As it will bring us to the end of the third quarter. The Governors lead at 61-7. 12 minutes remain here in this contest between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers. 61-7 lead for Pierre going into the fourth quarter. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
3rd down and 6 to open up the fourth quarter. A throw on the run, and Kranzler can't make the catch. I don't think he was going to stay in bounds even if he was able to come down with it, and it will fall incomplete as the man in coverage for the Pierre Governors was Spencer Easlin. As Spencer Easlin, the 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore, was on the coverage for the Governors.
Yeah, nice play by Easlin, able to stay with Kranzler, stayed with him step for step, and McNeil flushed out of the pocket, rolled out to the near side, throws on the run, and like you said, it was a throw that was probably not going to be complete even if Kranzler did come down with the ball.
So it will be a punting situation for the Huron Tigers again from the 50-yard line. The only good thing about that end of the third quarter is that the Governors and Tigers just had to flip sides of the field. There was nothing else they didn't have to walk anywhere else. As the snap is bobbled, it's picked up, and the Governors will get there and get the tackle, and we're going to have 1st and 10 for the Pierre Governors inside the 40-yard line. As Lucas Coleman was there, Pickard, and I believe someone else was in there too along with the Governors, trying to find that last number. Lucas Jones? Maybe I said Lucas Jones.
And just a mishandled snap. The snap came back to Malley, the punter, and again, he was kind of a late substitution into the lineup that we got just yesterday from the Huron coaching staff, and so likely the first time he's been back in that punting formation this year, and just having a little bit of troubles on the first time that he's punted the ball probably on a game night this year.
Lewis will shrug off of a tackler that had a hold of his jersey, and he'll get back to the 40-yard line. A hard no gain there for Trey Lewis, as it will bring up 2nd down and 10. And again, here with already 2 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter, this will be a quick fourth quarter as well. The continuous clock. The Governors lead 61-7. As we will try and get you a lot more of those names. Crew Hire looks like the tight end now for the Governors, along with Keenan Scott is the near side receiver for Pierre, with Kaiser and the quarterback Trey Lewis in the backfield here for Pierre. Kaiser with a quick pitch left side for Lewis. He is wrapped up and thrown down, and Lewis will lose 3 yards. They'll bring up 3rd down and 13.
I see Emmett Anderson on the offensive line for the Governors, the 6 foot, 205-pound sophomore. I see number 69. Unfortunately, we don't have number 69 on our program. We do have number 65. That's Matthew Brewer, the 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore lineman. I think I see number 70. I don't have a 70 on my program either. So, or is that 78 or 79 maybe?
Jace Sharon or Alexander Pickard.
I think it's 78.
Kaiser's going to go back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He's going to go down with a sack as he'll get dropped back to the 46-yard line. Another loss of 3. Going to bring up 4th down and 16. The Governors will punt the ball away again.
Yeah, nice pressure by Ethan Remington, the 5'10", 235-pound senior defensive lineman for the Tigers. And for the 3rd time this half, the Governors are back in punt formation.
And again, this is one that I don't think will really upset the coaching staff. And, of course, for Coach Nas, who is the special teams coach, he's going to like to see what his team can do on the special teams with that, especially that second unit. That's going to take a bounce that'll roll sideways, so it wasn't really helping out anybody other than taking more time off the clock, which the clock's still running, so even when it's down, it's not really going to affect anything. But it is going to be Lorenzen that will down it for the Governors, and it will be Huron having the ball at around the 24-yard line. Under 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. The Governors lead at 61-7 over Huron. That was their score at halftime. That's been our score here through the third quarter. That basically took 12 minutes. I don't think the clock ever stopped until it got to 0. So we're just about, if you're looking to have this game end by 9:20, well, you're probably going to see this game end by 9:20 with only 7:30 left to go, 7:35 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the far side. It looks like Davis is the quarterback. Excuse me, McNeil is the quarterback, and then it will be false start. Everybody, probably but the center, will get called for a false start. The snap was late, and it'll bring up a 5-yard penalty, bring up first down and 15, back inside the 20-yard line.
Good ball, false start, 50 in the offense.
They got 58, but I don't have a 58. But it is first and 15 from the 19-yard line.
On the field for the Governors, the defensive secondary, Noel Williams, the senior, 5'11", 155-pounder. Max Hunsley, the freshman, 5'7", 135-pounder. Trey Lewis, we called his number. Devin Dotson, 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. And then also Austin Langdow, 6'2", 300-pound sophomore on the field for the Governors right now on the defensive side of the ball.
Handoff. Beck will try and keep spinning his way. He does spin his way all the way to the 30-yard line. That's a big run there for Beck to gain 11 yards. So he picks it up to bring up second down and 4 from the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Beck got stood up about 5 yards. Once he gained about 5 yards, and then he made, I think, 3 separate rotations of 360 degrees, and with every rotation, he picked up another 1.5 yards and turned that 5-yard carry into an 11-yard carry.
Second and 4 from the 30-yard line. 6:05 left to go here in the fourth quarter, as Davis will hand things off on the far side. And it will be a gain of a couple. And Langdo will pick up the tackle for the Governors. Gain of 3.
We've got Lucas Jones, the 6', 185-pound senior linebacker on the field for the Governors, as well as Isaac Gilk, the 5'11", 180-pound sophomore defensive lineman on the field for the Governors.
5:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It is third down and 1 from the 34-yard line. Huron Tigers, they scored to keep them within 35 points at one point in the first half, as it will be an option keeper for McNeil. He had the man moving with him, cashing Caldwell, but he ended up keeping it himself. McNeil picks it up to the 38-yard line, a gain of about 4, and it's a first down here for the Huron Tigers.
Also got Elijah Bucci, the 6'2", 200-pound freshman defensive end on the far side for the Governors. And so these are the names that you will hear us talk a lot about, maybe not so much this year, but certainly next year and the year after are when we're going to hear a lot of these names for the Governors.
Shotgun formation, first and 10 from the 38-yard line. A handoff, and there's a big gang tackle there from the Pierre Governors, as Lucas Jones, I believe, was the first man to get to him, started to wrap him up, and had a couple of help from the Governors.
Yeah, Jones, as well as the anonymous number 69. It's too bad we don't know who that is, because he's been in the middle of a bunch of plays so far for the Governors.
No gain on that. A gain of 2 on that first down run, and it will bring up second down and 8 with 4:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. There's a handoff that might have been a broken play, as it was given to Olsen. And so the no gain for Olsen, and it will bring up third down and 9, a loss of 1 for Olsen.
As we cross under the 4-minute mark here left in the fourth quarter. And again, Governor defense, this defense primarily on the field right now made up of JV and freshman players, doing a nice job holding the Tiger offense in check so far in this second half.
Now, some of these, you mentioned, Greg, that we'll be hearing these names down the road, maybe not this year, but the next couple of years. Well, the names that we're hearing every single Friday night in the first half, especially the first half of this game, as that pass is complete, it'll bring up fourth down. It was short of the line to gain. But these names that you're hearing right now, or that you heard in the first half and what you've heard all season, those are the names that you were hearing in 2019 when the Governors were getting off the field at halftime and getting the second string in. And you can't tell me, and I know Coach Steele would echo it too, that time on the field when the 2019 team got off the field was a big reason why this team is as good as what they are and what we're seeing here tonight for the Tigers. There's a pitch on fourth down, almost was intercepted on the pitch from Elijah Bucci. He almost took that away. He could have gone in the house with it. He almost was pitched to him, but the Governors will force a turnover on downs, and that one should just about do it here with 2:35 and counting. The Governors could probably just go into victory formation here and eventually run the clock out by the time this play clock begins. Actually, we're going to have a timeout, though, taken by the Huron Tigers. So I was wrong. If you're looking for this game to be over by 9:20, not going to be over by 9:20. And the clock is stopped here with 2:21 left to go. But the Governors do have a 61-7 lead, and that's pretty much was the score at halftime. And without a big play here for the Governors, will probably be how the game ends here tonight.
Yeah. So game may not end at 9:20, but maybe by 9:22 or 9:23.
Yeah, and we started this second half. I said the legal ID at the beginning of the third quarter.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. And that tells you just how quick it goes with a running clock, that we're at the point where it was like a minute or two in the third quarter that I said the legal ID at 9 o'clock, and now we're here with 2:21 left to go in the fourth quarter. And in 2019, we didn't have that. It was the full game, everything stopped the way that you had if it was incomplete or out of bounds. Thankfully, we have that here because that saves a lot of time, and I think that also maybe I think the coaches like it too. Not necessarily that you don't get as many plays off with your second string guys, but the fact that you can get the game moving a little bit quicker and you have less likely of injuries everywhere else.
And the nice thing that coming out of that timeout that I noticed is even though you've got mostly your JV offense on the field right now, who's huddling up with this second string, third string, freshman and sophomore offense that's on the field right now? Head coach Steve Steele. I mean, he's coaching up the freshmen, the sophomores. I mean, these kids who don't get a lot of playing time, and I think that's important to know for these younger kids, that the head coach puts as much value in them and wants to coach them up, even in a situation like this where they're leading 61-7.
Chance Sarda picked up a gain of 6 on the first down run. He'll get the carry again from Kaiser, and he's got enough for a first down as he'll pick up 5 yards, and he'll bring up first down and 10 from the 33-yard line. A gain of 5 for Sarda on that run.
Sarda, the sophomore, 5'9", 180-pound running back, and the Governors now, as the clock ticks down under a minute 30, probably need to run about 2, maybe 3 plays.
I think they could probably, 2 plays would be it here right now. If Kaiser takes enough time off the clock, it'll be just this play and one more. As Sarda will get the handoff, he'll be picking up a gain of about 2 or 3, and it will be now just 1 play left to go. They can wait till the 40-second mark to run the next play, and we'll end up having this ball game come to an end with the Governors taking a 61-7 win over the Huron Tigers.
See Avery Moran, the 5'11", 160-pound sophomore tight end, coming off the field for the Governors. Spencer Eastland, I think I see, is at 89. I think that's Tajir Barnett, 6', 165-pound senior wide receiver, also on the field right now for the Governors.
So one more handoff for Sarda. He will be tackled near the sideline on the far side, a gain of a couple. And it'll bring up third down, but that's going to be the final play of this game as Coach Steele and the rest of the Pierre Governors are starting to make their way out. Coach Scott Spander will make his way, and they'll have the handshake line as the Pierre Governors will win it 61-7 here at homecoming. 61-7 was our score at halftime. The Governors and Huron Tigers. The Governors rout the Huron Tigers tonight, 61-7 over the Huron Tigers, and now 5-1 of the season. Back in 3 minutes with a post-game show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides the complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
First United Methodist Church would like to take this time to wish the Pierre Governors great success in this sports season. Athletic competition builds skills, leadership, teamwork, and provides lifelong lessons in character development. I'm Pastor Greg, and I invite you to join us for meaningful worship, personal growth, and compassionate fellowship. For a list of worship times and upcoming events, visit our website, pierrefirstumc.org, or our Facebook page, Pierre First United Methodist Church.
When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wegner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wegner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WegnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wegner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WegnerAuto.com or stop by Wegner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. Go Govs!
This is Art from East Pierre Landscape and Garden Center. Did you know we are open 7 days a week? We're your shopping destination rather than simply a producer of nursery plants. We know what plants work in the area and offer high-quality landscape design services, plant materials, handmade outdoor crafts, and high-quality garden art. Let us make your yard and garden one to remember. East Pierre Landscape and Garden Center, east on Highway 34, north of Farm Island, in Pierre.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping is who you should call as we enter the fall season. They can make sure your lawn makes it through the tough South Dakota winters. They can help with the fall cleanup, winterize that sprinkler system so that it can be ready to go in the spring. And once the snow starts to fly, they can help with that too. Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, helping customers year-round. Call Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440.
As we welcome you back here, it is a final 61-7. The Pierre Governors knock